everybody, and welcome to Roll Together RPG and to a very special one-shot. This one-shot is titled Auril's Last Breath. My name is Josh, I use he, him pronouns, and I shall be your game master for tonight. And as you can see, I am surrounded by a bunch of lovely bearded people. I'm going to get them to introduce themselves right now. I'm going to start off with Tom. Tom, can you introduce yourself, your pronouns, the character you'll be playing for this game, their pronouns, and then just a brief little description of who they are and what they might have been up to recently.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name's Tom. I use he, him pronouns. And I am playing Mordwania. Mordwania Fitzmere. Mordwania is from an alternate timeline, uses she, her pronouns. Those of you who've ever met Zeleny, this is what happens if Zeleny actually decided to embrace her demonic nature and ensured that her cousin, Tine, rose up. I mean, it's fine. I mean, she's known as the Undying Empress and has pretty much killed every single dragon. Those of you who watched the live stream would have seen what a very trustworthy and loving character I am. At the end of that adventure, Mordwania snapped her staff over her knee and, while expecting death and the void, was instead dropped into this hellish realm and got to meet her other version of herself, who is a coward and won't embrace her true powers. And now I'm stuck here and having to help and be nice. I'm sure my cousin's fine. I mean, obviously she's not fine. I'm her greatest genius, but I'm fine. I'm fine. In the chat, put fine. I would like a friend, maybe, but Josh, pass to someone else. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass to somebody else. I'm gonna go to Sean.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sean. I use he, him pronouns, and for this one shot, I have decided to make the biggest edgelord I could, or should I say, egglord. Yeah, I've really gone grimdark.
Where's my boo card?
I'm just going to keep this held up for the entire Sean's intro.
I played Love Card.
Because I'm playing Quaxmas, Duximus, Meladius, father to a murdered duckling, husband to a murdered hen, and I will have my vengeance, this world or the next. Yeah, Quaxmas has been seeking revenge for his murdered family. A certain werewolf hunter made a duff call and is seeking them out wherever there is the stench of potential undead miscreantism. And yeah, that's it.
The boo card gained a beard there. Sean had a really intense backstory and you turned it into a beard card.
Sorry.
Moving on. Moving swiftly on. We're gonna come to Nat next.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns. I felt left out today, hence the digital beard. I'm going to be playing Skitterer of Stones, who is Tabaxi, who looks kind of inspired by a mountain lion. So kind of looks a bit Leonin, but she's Tabaxi. And last seen a long time ago in Chaos in the Collection down in Waterdeep, where she realised that she hadn't been sent on a pilgrimage. She's from a temple called the Clouded Moonbeam Temple, which guards the treasure of a fey dragon called Valana Mitra. And she thought she'd been sent on a pilgrimage to explore the world. It turns out she'd been sent away to hide an artifact from the Cult of the Dragon. All of her siblings and all of her family have died, been killed, been hunted down. So she's had a bit of a time over the last couple of years, probably exploring Faerun, trying to find her lost siblings, trying to find the other pieces of the orrery of the Wanderer, as she now realizes is what she has. And her patron, Valana Mitra, has occasionally popped in from the Feywild to give her sort of hints and clues, and has told her to head to Neverwinter and hang out with these folks, because shit's gone down. And also her sister might be further north. That's what she's up to.
Ooh. Okay. And then finally we have Johnny.
These intros have been pretty crackers, I've got to say. I'm Johnny. That was really bad. I'm so sorry. My name is Johnny. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm going to be playing another iteration of Archie. Archie is a small little elkin tends to appear where he is needed the most, uses he, him pronouns. You may remember Archie from an old carnival game that ended with unfortunate demise of that iteration of Archie, quite brutally, actually. But this time, things will be different, I'm perfectly sure. So Archie is here and ready to win the day this time.
We believe in you.
You could do it.
Within 5 minutes, dead. Anyway, before we jump into tonight's session, let's move on to our sponsors and supporters. Check out our sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for carefully crafted click-clack math rocks for use in your favourite TTRPGs. Phoenix Dice work with recycled goods, meaning their products and packaging are all made from sustainable materials. You can go to phoenixdice.com to check out their entire selection, including some limited Roll Together dice. And if you use the code ROLLTOGETHER, all caps, at checkout, you'll get 25% off your next purchase.
Big love to our D20 club on Patreon. They're great. You're wonderful. We love you so much. And they help us keep the kobolds in line, which is very important. They get up to all sorts of cheeky jam-related activities. Anyway, the D20 club, they've created a fan Discord where you can come and chat about all things Roll Together. And they've created a wiki page to help you keep track of all of our stories, which you can find at rolltogether.fandom.com. You can join and be as cool as they are from as little as one of your local currencies per month by following the link in chat or in the description below.
We are delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. You can select your heroes and formation, then battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. And if you put !code into chat, you'll get yourself a free Electrum chest.
You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok by searching Roll Together RPG, or by following the links in chat or in the description below. If you can't join us live and want to see our previous adventures, you can catch up straight after on YouTube or on your favourite podcasting app by searching for Roll Together RPG.
Finally, we run queer-friendly tables and encourage and support trans and GNC players and characters in our games. Our players and DM may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering but acknowledge that it does happen. We welcome corrections and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. Check out Safety in Chat for content warnings and some of the safety tools that we use through the TTRPG Safety Toolkit.
Our story takes place in the far northern parts of the continent of Faerun on the world of Auril. Our players have been sent here from Neverwinter. A tale, rumours, concerns have been made that a large gathering of magical energy causing a giant snowstorm has begun forming over the island of Solstice, which is just off from the far northern continent. From the continent to the far north is what I mean, sorry. Each of you who have travelled up this way from Neverwinter, you have made camp at various parts of the Ten Towns, which is here in the, basically in the Frost Maiden part of Neverwinter. Not Neverwinter, the far north, sorry. And you have made the arduous journey across the frozen sea. Now, to get to the island. Now, the frozen sea itself is exactly as described. It is a sea that is frozen. It is very dangerous to trek across, but you have all taken your time to get over it, and our adventure begins with you making landfall on Solstice. Now, Solstice is quite a small island in comparison to the large continent that you've just been on, but it is littered with ruins and lots of high rocks and mountainous peaks. As soon as you all land, you can see directly in front of you the ruins of what looks to be a citadel or a cathedral. Quite large, maybe sort of fortress-esque size. Maybe this was once home to a town, village, or something like that. But before we go any further with any of that, I'd like everybody to describe what their characters look like at the moment and what position they are taking up within the party. I am going to start off with Nat.
So Skitter, still looks kind of like she did last time. Like I said, mountain lion inspired tabaxi, very kind of wiry, lean muscle. She's got her monk's uniform on, kind of loose satiny trousers and sort of a little gi-style jacket that's like, is it pink? Is it blue? It's sort of swirly like a moonstone. But acknowledging it is very cold here. She's not gone as far as putting boots on, because that would hinder her deafness and the way she moves. So thank goodness we've all acquired, before we got here, rings of warmth. But she has got like a little kind of fluffy, furry leather sort of sleeveless jacket over the top. She used to carry a staff with her, but no longer needs to. Her claws look particularly sharp now. But she still has a silver necklace with a sort of a long, thin, looks like a tuning fork needle kind of hanging from it, just tucked inside. And in terms of where she would be, probably, she's pretty stealthy, so I am aware that it's probably like a big blasted wasteland, kind of big expanse of ice. So whilst usually she might be kind of sneaking ahead and scouting and nipping back to the party, she's probably sticking with people at this point, but is ready to sort of dive a little bit further at any point if we need to.
Awesome. Yes, I should have said that at the beginning. As part of the mission for you coming to the far north, you were all given a ring of warmth so you could survive in these temperatures. The wind and snowstorm that is blowing around is quite bad, and your vision, all of your visions will be impaired from this. So you've got like a dark vision of 60 feet sort of thing going on at the minute. For everybody, regardless of whether you have dark vision or not, but that's pretty much as much as you can see. Or dark vision, yeah. Speaking of dark vision, Sean, where is Quaximus? Describe to us what Quaximus looks like and whereabouts what your role is within this party.
So Quaximus is, is your typical kind of. Here's where I should have Googled things. Mallard duck, which I think is the one with the green head and then the brown body, is that kind of aesthetic. We're talking kind of hands and wings as one, a la the kind of the Rito from Legend of Zelda, as opposed to six-limbed bird insects. Is dressed in kind of like a sort of very beigey, sort of off-white hood and like downy sort of overclothes, because even though he's got the ring of warmth, there are such things as fields of anti-magic. Don't want to be caught out in the cold. So it's very much bundled up, both of his dual hand crossbows either on either hip. He's also forgone so let his webbed feet just kind of on the snow as nature intended. And he's also only 4 foot tall, so is very much kind of similar to Skitter, would be kind of ranging ahead, but is just kind of maybe at the sort of forefront, but not really obscuring anyone's view if they happen to be taller. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so moving on. Tom, what would Mordwania be doing? And is it Mordwania or Mordwina? Mordwania, isn't it?
Mordwania. You can call me Maud. You're my friend, DM.
I should be.
Yeah, hopefully. Mordwania is since we've seen her. Actually, I'll just describe general looks and then talk about how everything else is falling apart. She is about 6'4", tall, curvaceous, gorgeous as would be someone who's over 2,000 years old. Long green hair, which is now getting streaks of grey in it, which seems weird. You consume dragon souls, and it turns out once you stop, you start aging again. It's fine. I'm fine. She has foregone her long, flowing, beautiful robes, and now is basically wearing stitched together furs and has a hood, and it is miserable. She does not like being cold, and like the rest of the party so far, why would you buy boots when you've got perfectly good hooves? So is clomping along, probably at the back. I think as we sort of see her, we see like a streak of black and also fire as something just comes back and lands on her shoulder. This is her familiar. His name is Lancel. He is a raven. He's a fiery raven, because I asked Josh very nicely, can my familiar not just explode with cold? But he's got his own little eternal fire. Lancel has been scouting, and I have attempted to walk into him, but I think as he comes back and he's like, snow! And I'm like, yes, thank you, Lancel, thank you for that. I feel I am towards the back, as the smaller folk. I just realised I am very, very tall in this group. Everyone else is so small.
I didn't actually define Skitter's height. I can't remember what she was supposed to be. I think she's probably about 5 foot, though. I think she's tabaxi, right? She's not massive.
Yeah, no, so little buds. Yes.
I do have a question, Tom.
Yes.
Have you mentioned the dragon eating thing at all? Have we had that discussion? Because Skitter would not be happy.
I think I wouldn't have mentioned it because I have a high intelligence. Would Skitter have mentioned dragons first? Would you have told us what your mission was?
I think I think old Skitter would definitely was definitely like, oh, my dragon Velanamitra, she's so great. And then after realizing that she was being hunted by a dragon cult, I think after she's gone around and had to do a lot of murdering dragon cult people, has probably been a little bit more cautious about it. But Josh implied that we've been traveling together for a while.
I am also I've survived 2,000 years and am basically the Grand Vizier of a goddess emperor. Where I'm just like, no, I don't think. I think I would have just. She's just lying through her teeth and just being like, I am just a humble sorceress traveling these lands. Yeah.
I'm just going to make a quick wisdom saving throw. Yeah, she's not mentioned her.
Cool. If there happened to be a dragon to eat, maybe I would. Yes, no.
Recovering Dracoholic.
Yeah.
We're off the dragons.
Have any of you ever had a dragon heart? It's very Moorish.
I guess for you though, when Skitter was not wearing the jacket, there would have been slight draconic symbology on her uniform, and we've probably fought together before. Skitter can breathe fire like a dragon.
Morwania
is hungry.
Is hungry, but also is a survivor, and also being like, cool. I am literally out of my realm here. Of I need to. If there is a way to come back, and also just don't rock the boat. I've also started investigating. My cousin, some weird little ex-princess running around writing a book. This is a stupid realm full of stupid people, but I'm fine. I think that's the thing, like, even my own frustration, let alone tieflingness, is causing the snow to melt around me as I'm just clomping through. Yeah.
Awesome. Right, well, while you're clomping around as the big inner group of smalls, Johnny, what would Archie be doing? What is Archie's position in the party?
Yeah, perfect. So I'm fitting with the theme perfectly. I'm small and I have no shoes on. I'm an owl. So my little claws, claws, I think. Also small. Archie is around 1.4 feet. He's small. He's big enough to fit on your shoulder if he would require to be. Yeah, even a duck could probably, if allowed, would ride on your shoulder, and in fact would prefer that position as almost every other. The only piece of clothing on him is a little kind of shoulder bag and a cloak that does basically nothing but make him feel like he looks cooler. He's a brown kind of barn owl, so if you imagine, always constantly looks confused, but also slightly angry. But he's lovable. He's just his natural face, with like very piercing kind of orangey eyes. So new people are just like, is he annoyed at me? No. He's just natural. What's it got? The resting face.
Bitch face.
That's yeah. He's just
my cat has that expression the entire time, like confused,
I am your
but also
cat, yeah.
furious.
Yeah, exactly that. And Archie is not one for going exploration forward. He is more than happy to relax at the back and wait for someone to need his help.
Are you riding on one of us? Or...
Preferably, yes. Yeah.
I will let you ride on my other shoulder. So now I've got like a raven on one shoulder and a little owl on the other. And I was
Pauldrons.
like,
every now and then we'll just have a little talk over your head.
Yeah. I think if you're also talking to Lancelot, he's like, hey, how are you?
I'm howling.
Cool. I went flying and I saw a lot of snow.
Yeah, I've got so many owl puns. I can't wait.
This is going to be a hoot.
No, Josh. No.
Meow.
Don't get too down on it. Yeah.
For some foul language.
Ducks.
Guys, you're taking all my puns, please.
I'm sure there's quite a lot of crossover. I'm also playing a duck.
Yeah. Okay, so as you've all landed on Solstice, you can very clearly see that this snowstorm has been building up around the frozen sea, and as you've gotten to the island, you've sort of almost entered into the eye of the storm. The eye of the storm is directly above this large citadel, which has got these large frozen gates, not frozen as in frozen shut, but frozen as in the gates are made out of ice and can easily open and close. That looks to be the only way forward at the moment, is to go through those gates. If anybody is highly magical in any sort of way, I would allow you to roll an Arcana check.
Not highly magical, but I am a. I think did I take? I am a mage slayer, so I would probably be.
I'm shuffling even further away from Craximus.
I got a nat 1 for 9. There's so many birds.
The magic in this realm is, even though you've been here for probably a few months now, it's still weird to you. It's like that whole the frequencies of the magic vibrates differently in this place than what it does from where you're from, and your magic acclimatizing to this new sort of rhythm has taken a lot out of you, and you still don't quite understand it because some things do work slightly differently than what they did in your plane. So
there's also a weird
universe.
taste. I don't know why magic tastes here. It's just
yeah.
That's as I lean forward. That's my wing slightly like brushes into your mouth slightly, and I rolled a 22 because I'm like peering forward, trying to get a sense of what's going on.
Yes, thank you for that.
Sorry.
I rolled a 15, which almost mostly modifier.
Awesome. Does Skitters have? Did you say that was mainly multiplier?
Almost mainly modifier. I rolled an 8 and I got a +7.
Ooh.
Oh wow. Okay. Does Skitters have any magic at all, or is Skitters pure?
She does dragony things, but cannot cast spells.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, so with the 15, other than the fact that this place is completely exhuming magic all over the place, it's very. If you were to cast, you wouldn't know this because you can't cast it, so I won't say it. But you just know that the magic here is oppressive, but you can feel that there's a void in the center where this storm is, but there's also a very powerful presence within that building as well. For Archie, for the 22, you get that exact same feeling, except for you know that if you were to cast certain magic detection spells, you would probably be blinded from it, because that is how powerful the magic is here. You also get the sense that the bulk of the magic is formed in the center of this large citadel, somewhere within it, in the center. It could be as soon as you walk in the door, it could be 10 feet down, or 10 floors down, could be 10 floors up. But there is just a powerful sense of magic somewhere in this place.
Ooh, something bad in there.
Yes,
Something-
Archie.
Bad or just like powerful?
Oh, the storm. I point my wing. Very bad. Go, very powerful.
Did you get a sense of like, is any body in there, or is it just like, woo, woo, magic?
It's very bright, very bright, very. I can't see specific people or entities, but there's a lot of power.
Sounds like we're in the right place then.
Well, if we come to stop the storm, yeah.
Do you think we just knock?
I can knock. I can't knock. I have wings. I could kick.
Perhaps we should do some reconnaissance, see if we can sneak in some more subtlety.
Sounds like a plan.
I mean, usually I'd be the first to volunteer for recon, but we'll just kind of eye both Archie and Lancel.
Just what?
Would
Why are you
it-
looking
would
at me?
Would it be worth someone just flying up high, see if you can see over the wall?
You want to go for a fly?
Oh,
You wanna go?
A race, yes, yes,
Let's
race.
go. I'm gonna dash.
Oh, my one is like, oh, for goodness sake, as just her eyes roll back into her head and just.
Oh,
Yes, I'm just.
here we go again.
The storm's not been this bad where you've been traveling before, so as you begin flying up, and can need Constitution saving throws from both Archie and from the familiar, please.
Which saving roll? Sorry. That's...
Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm a sorcerer. That's fine.
Only if you put that in the right stat.
It is not fine.
So, 17.
Oh, okay. What did
Okay,
Archie get?
He's got like infernal fire in him, so that's helping him.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my haste to try and beat the fellow racer, I've rolled a 10. Like, oh no!
Okay.
Air currents.
As you both take off and begin flying, for Lancel, there's definitely a lot of pushback from the storm as it's swirling around, but you able to push through it. Your flying speed is reduced by half while you're flying through this storm.
No, it's too hard.
For Archie, you take 2 flaps up and then get blown backwards.
Straight into Maud.
I'll catch you.
I think I drop out of walking, and then I'm just like, what? And then I'm kind of like, are you all right, Archie?
Your Lancel is amazing.
As Archie is laying in Skitter's arms.
I think because of the breeze that blew Archie back, Quaximus is going to kind of stand in front of Mordwania, and the cape is just going to billow heroically.
What, in her face?
No, probably more around her thighs because of how tall I am.
Sure.
This is very true.
I love how this has just become a little support group all like gathered together. Just yeah.
Okay,
Go on.
so roll me a perception check, please, Timothy, for Lancel as Lancel gets closer towards the citadel.
Beautiful. So our little raven pal gets. Okay, so 5 plus it's an 8.
The storm is just too. It's just too snowy. It's too thick. It's almost like a fog. How bad it is. So as Lance gets closer to the citadel, I mean, you lose sight of them in the sky, but they also kind of lose sight of where they're going and end up flying in a different direction.
Oh, because I can see through their eyes, so I'm seeing. So I think it's like come, like the others are like watching me, just going like, "Come back, no, you're going up higher, Lancel, let's come back."
You can choose to dismiss Lancel and resummon them again without using a spell slot. A bounce maneuver thing.
I think, yeah, I just like come back to me, and just bounce back on. So that wasn't that useful. That was mostly fog and snow. Archie, maybe you try again if you're feeling brave.
I just get my cape and I pull it over me and just nestle into Skitter. And nope.
I could come with you if you like.
I mean, I can make you fly if you want to, but it's
Oh,
very
no, I can do that
fragile.
on my own, just for a very short time. So I figured it would be better for the actual permanently winged creatures to give it a try, but, you know.
Yeah, didn't go so well. I'll just stay here and I'll look and you fly.
What if I carry you and then throw you when I get up there?
Yeah. What could go wrong?
All right, I'm going to use my step of the wind. So, like, Skitter sort of, like, does a little, like, superhero squat. And shimmering spectral dragon-shaped wings sprout out of her back. And they're sort of a rainbow of pink and blue and silver. And she leaps into the air. I have a flying speed of 55 feet. So
Awesome.
I'm going to leap up into the air and see if I can weather the storm a little bit better than the little burbs.
Okay, so you leap up into the sky. Do you have Archie in your arms? And is the plan to long shot?
Well, I don't want to throw him, like, over the wall.
I'm ready!
But basically, like, just to, like, carry him up with me, and then I'm going to see how it goes. Like, let's see what the storm does, and if I need to yeet him up to get further up, then I will.
I'm also going to use something to help as well. I'm going to use my otherworldly wings, because as a Divine Soul Sorcerer, I also can manifest wings at this level, but I already have wings. So effectively, it just elongates my wings even further and kind of has spiritual energy rushing off them.
Awesome.
Like a powered-up owl ball.
Owl ball. Can we have a Constitution saving throw from Skitters, please?
Mm-hmm. Singular. Just one Skitter.
One Skitter. It just. That was it.
It was a 27.
I mean, that's what you're about to do across a rock face if you fail this. What was that, sorry?
A 27.
Oh my lord. Okay.
I'm not ready.
Monk shit.
You plow your way through this snowstorm with ease. You don't understand how Archie and Lancel struggled with this. You basically barrel your way towards the citadel for Quaximus. I'm getting names mixed up now. For Quaximus and Mordwania, you lose sight of Skitter as they sort of go out of the 60-foot vision that you're limited to at the moment.
Can I say, before you set off, I just sort of went to Archie and I was like, "Don't worry, we'll be with you." Basically, telepathic speech as a bonus action because I'm psionic. So basically, as long as you don't go about 4 miles, I will be with you forever. Well, 10 minutes.
With both of us or just with Archie?
I think with Archie because I think I can only do it with one other. Actually, I can sending. As psionic, I've got infinite sending, so I'm like, I think I'm connected to Archie, and then like also casting sending to Skitter to just be like, as a sort of emergency, like I send it to Skitter. I'm like, right, this is the emergency frequency. Let us know if it goes wrong, because I don't know. Do you have to instantaneously reply to a sending?
To ascend, yes, to ascending you do.
Okay, I'll just keep sending then.
Beep, beep, beep.
Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I turned to Crisis. I have multiple voices in my head at the moment. It's very disconcerting.
I mostly have vengeance in mind.
I look and I'm like, you I like. Good vibes.
Okay, so
Should we try to scale this wall?
I suppose. I don't want to be. Yes, okay. I don't want to be rude, Maximus. Are you capable of flight?
Yes, I just choose not to.
Oh, that's fair. I wouldn't argue that. I can step through things, but yes, we scale it. Yeah, okay. Maximus, like one side is screaming and the other is screaming, but in a different way. They're having a lovely time.
Must be nice.
can I get a perception check from Skitter and Archie, please, as you basically crest the top of the Citadel wall?
Could I help instead of doing my own?
Oh, of course.
Sure.
What's that? What's that? What's that?
That was a 25.
So with a 25, as you get closer to the Citadel wall, you can see that the gate is slightly ajar, enough for smaller figures to get through. Smaller figures, by smaller figures, I mean people of Mordwania's size.
Mm-hmm.
And as you crest over the top of the wall, you can see that they're in this sort of courtyard area where there was probably once an absolutely lovely garden a long time ago, is completely caked in sort of slushy snow that's been turned over through consistent people consistently walking around. You can see 4 cloaked figures shambling around with like a light, a low dim light humming from underneath their forms.
Oh, interesting. We'll message to Mordwania. Oh, actually, you're fine just going through the gate. Turns out the gate is just ajar. Also, there's spooky cloaked people the other side, though, so be careful.
I started being like, it's fine. It turns out that there is actually scary cloaked figures on the other side of the wall, so probably more interest than we might be hoping.
I can only hold this for 6 seconds, so I'm going to fall now. Shall I fall your side of the wall or my side of or our side of the wall?
Ideally, indeed, Quaximus' point. Quaximus says other side of the wall. We'll be with you shortly.
Would you like me to go speak to the people? Toss me down.
Maybe we should wait for the others to get a bit closer first.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I could be super stealthy. I'm going to sort of try and fall so I can land next to the wall and sort of like claw scrape down the wall.
Oh yeah, claw scrape down the wall. I will obviously, as part of your wings coming to an end, that's fine for you to do. I'm not going to make you roll anything for that. You do that in such a cool way that you land on the other side. If you're trying to do it quietly, though, I am going to ask for a stealth check.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, this sort of replacing my my slow fall that I get as a monk anyway, but I'm going to just slide down a wall.
That's cool.
That's a 27 for stealth.
My God.
Who's landed on the other side of the wall? Someone's landed on the
Must have
other
been the
side.
wind.
It's just a gust of wind. There's nothing there. For Quaximus and Mordwania, how are you approaching the slightly ajar gate?
Can we see through the gate?
Not currently, no. You'd need to get a little bit closer to it, and then you'd have to sort of poke your head round. It's one of those sorts of gates where, well, the side so it's kind of you've got one side opens outwards, one side opens inwards. The side that opens inwards is slightly longer than the other side, and it's like they connect together to form a solid wall rather than an actual gate.
If we are trying to be extra stealthy, I can. I don't know how you would say it in our realm. Open a door. We can both step through, get through if we want to. I don't think I need to. I just directionally, or we could try creeping. Whatever you think is best.
Use your sorcerer's ways.
Happily, the staff comes out. This one. For being like a creepy, weird, necromantic, psionic. Weirdly, it's like it's glowing with a light. Like, for those of you who have any idea of gods, almost doesn't seem like the right god for her to be working with. She's lovely. She's fine. Yes, I think mentally I am like... actually, that's the thing. I very quickly sort of ping back to... I don't mind. Let's say Skitter. Kind of trust Skitter's eyes more. If we were to step through, how much clearance is there for us? How far away are these mysteriously cloaked figures?
Josh?
The creatures, as now that you're on the other side, you find that your vision is no longer blurred by snowstorm. It's as if this area isn't being touched by it. It's more like there's a dome that's going over this part of the citadel in kind of like the eye of the storm sort of situation. So you can see clearly, and from where you are currently, they are 50 feet away from you, 70 feet away from the gate.
Is there any cover between the gate and them?
Old, what looks to be probably slightly raised walls, which would have probably been where garden beds had once been, and the odd icicle stalactite. I believe that is stalactite.
Tights hang from the ceiling.
Yes.
Mites grow from the ground.
Stalagmite.
Like a levity.
Yeah, like that.
Cool. So you'll get back.
Copy that. You've got 70 feet between you and the...
She pauses for a second while she tries to think of an appropriate term. She's tried to be cool and military, and all words have gone from her brain.
From you and the spooky peoples. And there's a series of chest-high walls, so you can just, if you crawl on your hands and knees, you'll be fine.
Right, okay, so we have a bit of distance. We can probably find these knee-high walls. So when we land, just hit the deck.
Duck and cover. Gotcha.
Boom! Dimension door. We're aiming. I've sort of vaguely got the idea. Hopefully I'm not going to land on anyone, but...
I will draw both hand crossbows and forward roll through the portal. See you on the other side.
Quack. Honk.
Conk.
There's a joke that I really want to make, but I don't know if Sean's got it in his back pocket, so I really don't want to make it and take it away from you.
Oh, but what if it never gets made?
This is true. I will say it at the end if Sean doesn't say it.
Oh.
Keep these for later joke.
Yeah.
Keep these for later joke. Can
Chat, start a poll. Do you think this joke is going to pay off?
Preemptive boo?
preemptive boo. Knowing me, no. So you are looking to teleport on the other side. Can you both, if you are trying to do this stealthily, make me a stealth check, please, as you appear on the other side? On the other side. Sorry.
22.
12.
I rolled the same on my dice as my modifier.
What, 22? 11. There we go. I can math.
I like to think that Quaximus is actually narrating all that out loud. 22. I rolled the same on my dice.
Amazing. Yes, you both
It's very
teleport
helped up know exactly what's going on.
You teleport through, and you end up in one of the flower beds. The flower beds themselves are not filled with earth. It's like the snow and earth has been taken out of them, so you can teleport in and then crouch down so you're not seen by any of these creatures that are wandering around in here.
Are there
Any light sources?
Yeah, I was just about to ask about light sources.
Like, are there like lanterns, covered lanterns, or weird glowy crystals? I don't know.
There is sconces all around the walls that are lit with blue flame, also these creatures that are walking around also seem to be their own light source.
Is there any, like, do I see fire or anything that I think I could potentially put out with a bit of...
The sconces around the courtyard and that are on some of the destroyed buildings leading up to the main citadel that are lit with the blue flame, you could probably put those out.
Are they near any of these concerts?
Not currently, no.
Are they within eyesight of these creatures that I may think?
Yes.
I'm leading some. Okay, so I want to test to see if these are potentially some kind of sentient creatures, or if I think that they may be not. So I'm literally just going to cast prestidigitation to snuff it out and then turn it back on again, like on off, on off, on off, on off, on off, on off. Probably for like way too long, and just see if like do they like move towards it or.
They don't seem to react to the light turning on and off. No.
Skitter, you seeing this? Look, on off, on off, on off.
That's so cool.
I know, but
why are they not distracted by it? That's a
I
very
don't know.
fun thing.
Hey, I'll try that one. On off, on off, on off, on. No.
I think they're trying to communicate with us in some manner. I'd also point out I have a cantrip which is like douse light, and I just assume that whoever's doing it is not doing the cantrip right. It's like
I also have douse light, but
yeah, I just assume it. I'm just like, oh.
I think we might be, if the others are in range now then, Archie, do you think maybe we should just try and go and say hello?
Yeah, I'm friendly.
Yeah, no, I'm very friendly as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you have an opening gambit? What were you going to say?
Who are you?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, that was
Sure.
it, really. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if they'd seen my my sister.
Oh, yeah. I can ask who they are. You can ask about your sister, and I pull out my jug. We can offer them some wine.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, like a welcome gift.
Yeah.
Like, hello,
yeah.
we've come round your house uninvited, but here, have a drink. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, have you seen a tabaxi round here? Goes by the name of Pater.
Oh, hello. How are you?
God damn it!
How close are you getting to them?
I can't see over the wall.
I'm just hopping on Skitter's shoulder.
Just to clear, permission to lift you, Quaximus.
Lift away.
You know, like the little escalator things where things go up and down.
You just see like from behind a wall, just a duck head appearing.
I've got telepathic power, so I just just lift you up to about my head and then lower you down slightly so you have a bit more cover. They just seem to be trying communication. Also, I think Skitter was yelling about her sister again, so maybe they have
We'll see how this plays out then.
They're suppressing fire if it goes wrong.
If we're about 70 feet away, then moving to about 40 feet probably.
We were 50 feet away.
Oh, 50 feet. So moving to the 30 feet mark then, just closer.
You move a little bit closer.
Skitter is very fast, so if you only want to move a little bit, then tell her, because I would be able to get past them.
I'm just holding on. I'm just holding on to you. So you decide.
Let's go to 40 feet, because she'll probably start shouting as soon as she starts walking. So they'll react before we get there.
Yeah.
You watch as these creatures react to you speaking, and I'm going to need everybody to roll me initiative, please.
Great.
We tried diplomacy.
Yeah.
Initiative for them to go, oh yes, your sister. Oh, pop through earlier.
Oh, your sister.
I want to be clear as well, Josh. I'm a high enough level monk that everyone understands me as well. So, like, if they don't speak common, then they do.
Natural 20.
They don't speak. They don't speak at all. You'll find out why in a moment.
Right. I got a 23.
Awesome. Bear with
22.
me. Uno
27.
momento. I'll ask for all these again in a moment. Let me just quickly.
Oh, good.
27 was that?
Yeah,
Johnny?
natural 20 with 27, yeah.
Also a natural 20. Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Thank you for wasting them now.
You're
I
welcome.
got 17.
A 9.
Right, so with initiatives rolled, I believe, Archie, you said you had a crafty little trick you'd like to do.
Yeah, so a natural 20, I rolled a 27 total, but I'm going to switch my initiative order with Skitters.
Awesome. Now, there are no official rules on what happens when you roll a natural 20 during initiative, which I think sucks. I like to do it, and I tend to do it during the Aeodrin campaign, so I'm going to carry that over here. This is just a me thing. Don't expect the other DMs to do it. The 2 players that rolled natural 20s, you will both get surprise rounds before actual initiative starts.
Ooh.
So I am going to describe what you see currently. Currently, what you see are 4 hooded figures with intermittent light lights coming through patches of like holes and things on their clothing. As Skitter shouts out to one of them, they look up towards you, and the hoods are just bright light underneath that shines out brightly at least up to 20 feet towards you. If you had been within 20, you're all intelligent enough to know that if you had been within 20 feet of these creatures, you probably would have been blinded by them.
Oh.
These things look like be creatures of pure light that are wearing rags that look very similar to the sort of warm clothing that the people of the 10 towns would wear. And you know that people have been going missing.
Oh.
And you can see decayed hands coming out of their cloaks and things. So there is some sort of form to them, but a lot of it is light and some of it is decayed bodies that are stretching out towards you, moving towards you, Skitter, as you were the one that called out, and Archie. So, Skitter, you get to go first.
Oh, but this changes everything. These are peoples.
So Skitter gets the surprise round for the natural 20. Yeah.
Skitter's got the first surprise round, then it'll be Mordwania, and then we'll go to the top of your initiative, which is Skitter.
Okay. I think as much as I hate wasting a surprise round, I think clocking the fact that they look like people, and obviously not anymore, but they look like they could have been people. I think Skitter is going to psychically shout at Mordwania, I think they're the people that have gone missing from 10 towns.
Are we fighting, or?
I think they're going to fight us, but I don't know if we have to. Maybe we can sneak around. ...
I mean, you have introduced yourself.
Yeah, I know, but I assume they were friendly first. Turns out I don't think they are. ...
Thumb down emoji. I think, yeah, so that's it. Christmas. As usual, Skitter is conflicted. Thinks it might be the people who went missing. Might be. They're probably going to attack us, but I think Skitter doesn't want us to kill them.
Got it. Ask questions while shooting first.
Finger click, points. And you're like, yep. I like the more dubious ones are like at the back, being like, yeah, do range. Yeah, non-lethal, hitting them with crossbow bolts.
Can I just check, Josh? So now we're in here and we've got we've got these 4. Is there an obvious way forward? Because our mission briefing was figure out what the source of the storm is.
Yep.
And the source, yeah. So if we can't obviously see anything here, is there an obvious way forward, another entrance to the citadel, another entrance to this sort of cathedral-y bit?
So the general layout of the area that you're in is you're in a large sort of half oval shaped courtyard. You've got 4 of these dugout garden bedded areas, one of which has got both Quaximus and Mordwania in. Going through the center of that, leading from the gate that they've gone through, goes right up to some steps that lead up into a doorway that leads into the citadel. You can't see from where you are any other entrances other than where that door is.
Okay, and the four folks of light they were walking along that path.
They're walking along that main path. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think the communication is. I'm going to see if I can slow them down, but try and make it for the doors. And I would like to head to. I want to be between. Are they all standing in kind of a line?
Yeah, they're in sort of like so they're two within two. It's like they're on patrol, maybe.
So I'm gonna get. I want to be 30 feet away from them, but on that road, closer on the side of the entrance to the cathedral.
You can certainly do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've kind of arced around to get to the top of this sort of clock. And then, she's going to sort of do some sort of like somatic arm movements, and then so as if she's drawing what fractions of dry air there are here inwards, and then I'm going to exhale, 30-foot line of fire, 30-foot line, 5 foot wide. So could they all make me a dex saving throw, please?
They can indeed. Dex save. Oh, that's not very good. That is fail. 14.
Fails.
Okay. That's also a fail. And that's also a fail. That's good. I rolled 2 natural ones in a row.
And then they take 11 fire damage each.
Okie dokie. I was just checking to make sure if they had any vulnerability to it. Oh, I'm not telling you. They take some damage.
Sure.
Damage is taken.
Good
Damage
to know.
is taken. As you fire this breath that catches all of them. They look like they've taken a little bit of damage. Their cloaks are billowing and scorched in the snow currently. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your surprise round?
No, that's it for now. And I think. Yeah, no, that's it for now, because Mordwania gets a surprise as well.
Awesome. So, Mordwania, it is your surprise turn. Surprise action. Surprise turn. Surprise turn.
Surprise turn. I very quickly sort of go to Cracksmith and goes, right, Skitter's going to try and be a distraction. We're going to have to make for the church or the cathedral. So.
Lead the way.
Will do. Also, as I'm doing this, I'm like, okay, I know I've got 2 voices in my head. It probably would be more useful to have 3. As a go psionic, basically telepathic bond, and all 3 of you like pop. Like again, I keep describing it as like a chat room. As you're like pop, 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 and you realise you are now all able to telepathically communicate with each other, which I think is going to be good if we're trying to be stealthy. So I use that. I'm using some of my sorcery points so I can keep my spell slot. Gonna start heading towards where Skitter told us to. As I do, out of my furs, I pull sort of. It's a very colourful stone, which I'm just like, all right. As I crush, and there's just a slight glimmer to me now. I now have basically it's temporary hit points, but like as a shield. So just enough to be like, cool. Keep this for emergencies. This is emergencies. So telepathic bond action, stone, bonus action, keeping my reaction. If it's okay, Josh, to like roll stealth as I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'll allow it. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not stealthy, and I'm also much taller than my associates. It's a 9!
You trip on a piece of stone slab that was slightly raised but covered underneath a thin layer of snow. You trip and knock into one of the flower beds as you go to walk past with some loose rocks. That falls off one side and hits into the rock path or the concreted path, and some of all of the I knew said what the name was. All of these creatures turn to look at you.
No, over here! Over here!
I'm not the distraction. I'm not the distraction.
Good idea. Let's get low and crawl.
As you just see me going, ugh, as I just, like, drop to my knees and, like, oh, this is horrible. I'm trying to army crawl now. Yeah. Horrid.
Awesome. Is that the end of your surprise turn?
Certainly was a surprise. All of this in 6 seconds, yeah.
Awesome. Skitter, going to the top of round 1. Skitter, it is your official turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action for if they come in close. And is there anything bonus actiony? No, I don't think so. That's just one creature. Yeah, never mind. Nope. For now, I'm just gonna hold my action. She's gonna continue shouting and kind of, "Rawr! Come and get me! Shiny, shiny, shiny!" Ah.
Awesome. Okay, so moving past your turn, you're holding your action currently. Quaximus, it is your turn with a 23.
So Quaximus said that Mordwania should lead the way and has assumed that falling over the rock bed and crawling is part of the plan. So I am going to leap and land next to Mordwania, but I'm going to kind of use it to steady the crossbows, and then I'm going to start blasting. So
awesome. Make me an attack roll.
I will do. I'm just trying to pick which of my magic crossbows to use. So it's already been discussed that we want to do non-lethal. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with the I'm going to go with the one that I think does, as standard, an extra bit of damage. So it's a dragon-infused item, so it does an extra thunder damage. The crossbow is kind of shaped like a raven, and it just kind of as the crossbow bolt, which is feathered, like quilled with my own feathers, and when it hits, it makes an extra impact of a. And so I'm going to fire that.
Fire that bolt.
Well, I rolled low, but that's a 17.
17 will hit. Are you aiming, now there's 4 of these creatures, are you aiming for A, B, C, or D? I would normally name them, but there's quite a few creatures, so I'm not naming all of them.
No, there's 4. You have specified 4.
Yeah. There's only 4.
Yes, there is only 4. That's one more than what I'm comfortable with naming, so.
I think my instinct is to shoot at the one that's the biggest threat to an ally, but also I know that Skitter can handle herself.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep, and they all look like they've taken the same amount of fire damage. So you've just got the choice of A, B, C, or D.
I'm going to go with C, somewhere in the middle.
Awesome. Okie dokie. So yes, that does hit. Roll me some damage, please.
I will do. So that's 8 piercing.
8 piercing.
Plus 1 thunder damage. Just trying to hold back because of the non-lethal. I do have 3 attacks per action, so that is 1 down. I will do a second.
Awesome. High level characters, everybody. Not quite level 20.
That's a bit better. 21.
21 hits. You targeting the same one, or are you going for a different one?
I'm going to move to D this time.
Okay.
which the furthest is from Skitter. So that is 11 points of piercing
Oof. Yep.
and 4 points of thunder.
Yep, that one takes a much heavier hit than the previous one. Yep.
Attack number 3.
Yep.
That's a 29.
That also hits. Was that a natural 20? I don't think it was it?
It wasn't, no, it was a 16.
Awesome. And are you which one are you targeting this time?
Back to C.
Back to C. Awesome.
So that's 12 points of piercing and, 2 points of thunder.
Yeah. You take a large amount of damage off of these creatures. The creature C, again, almost said what the creature was called. Creature C takes a heavy amount of damage and is almost bloodied from those attacks.
Let's see what they can do before we burn any of our precious resources, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to start kind of crawling forward because I am significantly smaller than everyone else and it will take me longer to get there, especially from prone.
Awesome.
You can just see my little duck ass just waddling.
At the end of your turn, it is Mordwania's official turn.
As I'm watching the little dog ass go off, and I'm like, what a guy. I am also crawling along. No one behold my behind. It is a royal behind. How very dare. But I do take a opportunity to... Okay, so we've seen fire damage, we've seen thunder damage. I'm a curious cat, not like Skitter, but I am going to cast Sorcerer's Burst, and if this works, I'm going to try acid damage. Just trying things out. I'm going to try saying that I've got like understanding of combat, that C is near. I could see C's taken a few blows, and I'm like, yeah, okay, better to take this down if it's, I trust the others.
Yeah, C is the if you were to look at it from the way that they're walking down in like a patrol formation, A and B are the front two, and then C and D are the back two. As you've sort of circled around to attack them, most of the attacks going on C and D make sense because they're the two at the back, which is where you're sort of shooting at.
So picking off. So yeah, I cast. Does a 19 hit?
19 does hit number C.
As a blast comes out of my hand, which there is. I think this has probably got me to where I am now. It slightly looks draconic, so I think the others have been like, oh yeah, like a dragon sorcerer, but it mutates into something green and acidic as it hits, and does 14 points of acid damage.
Oh, lovely!
It's a beautiful cantrip. I think it's a new one, and I'm just like,
it's one of the new ones, yeah. Very nice.
Unfortunately, none of those on the D8 was an 8, because if it was, I'd get to roll another D8. So
you watch as that acid sort of encompasses over C, and parts of the clothing and a cloak that are on them begin to fizzle and almost melt away as parts of the leather armor and gloves that they're wearing begin dripping off, and you can see underneath the decayed hands.
Because we've got the telepathic bond up, and it's like conveying. It's like acid does seem to melt. They appear to be necrotic. As you're probably aware, that light is not good. Try not to stare directly into the light. Brackets. We've had this conversation before. Close brackets. Yes, I think that's my action. I don't know if I've got anything particularly exciting as a bonus action at the moment. Yes, I think it is me. Crawling along through the snow, one of the greatest sorcerers of any age, and now I'm reduced to this. At the back of my head, my cousin's like, "Oh, really? Is that? Look at you."
They know you're here now. You can just walk. You don't have to crawl anymore. ...
I just leave you on red. I'm just like, I think I also I think you called that out. I was sort of like, yes, I'm aware that they know we're here, but maybe it would offer us some cover. Also, Quaximus probably wants to jump through the air firing his crossbows at the same time, and would take that away from him.
In the chat room, you just get Quaximus is lurking.
Oh dear, is that the end of your turn, Mordwania?
Yeah, forgive me, DM, because I'm just scrolling through it, because I'm multiclassing as well. I was like, do I have a good bonus action? I'm going to say that is, dedicated to us. I think, let's say I kind of crawled the 25 feet, got the thing from Skitter, and then I'm just like, and I'm starting. No, I've crawled half, and I'm starting to get. I get up at that point and just be like, all right. My head is above the flowers, like, hello. Yeah, that's my turn. So I'm just, again, my furs are dripping.
Yeah. As it gets to the end of your turn, it's as if there's a magical reverberation coming from the citadel, and a separate chat opens up within each of your brains, and it just says unknown has entered the chat, and you just hear, "What are you all doing in my realm? I suggest you leave here before I turn you into one of my cold lights."
Vote to kick.
Hello?
As the citadel doors begin to, they sort of shake and crack, and they open outwards as two figures step out. While these two figures are stepping out, you can see the stalagmites. Mites. Which one is it?
Tights.
Mites. I did get it right.
Tight.
Yeah.
And they might.
Some of these stalagmites begin to shake and move and begin to rise up as these large golems enter the fray, and then slinking in from the bottom of the stairs from what was probably like a little den area or something, you can see some large wolves, as well as the two figures walking out. One of them is very clearly 12 to 15 foot tall, made out of bones. You have come across bones like this on your way up here. This is a frost giant skeleton, as it steps out with a large axe in its hand. And next to it, in a almost hunched over form, wearing a large blue robe, almost claw-like, tan-like hands and hooved feet, looks like a combination of Archie and Mordwania. It's this large owl-headed creature with these big horns that extend down from the sides of the head and round into horns, as the goddess Auril steps out of the citadel.
We messed up. We should not have said hello.
Got a mage. Allow me to get up in its grill.
And on that note, we are going to go for a quick break. We're going to go have a short rest. The characters are going to wish that they had the opportunity to have a short rest at this point. That's not going to happen. We're going to be back in about 5 to 10 minutes to see if if our players can defeat everything that is being thrown at them currently. We shall see you in 5 to 10 minutes. Bye. Welcome back, everybody. We have taken our short rest. We've refilled our drinks. We have put on some extra warm clothing, and we have failed at stealthing to... Yes, all white. We have failed to stealth. I've completely lost my train of thought.
Failed to stealth. We chose not to.
Mordwania failed to stealth.
Well, we all failed stealth because we all went into our kitchens, kicked the door in, and went, hello! And
Where's my sister?
Snack time.
has everyone seen Skitter's sister?
In the first half of the session, our players arrived at the island of Solstice, looking to investigate a strange snowstorm that is beginning to build up, that is threatening to put the entire Sword Coast under a permanent winter. And as you called out to some strange-looking creatures to find out if they were friend or foe, they began to walk towards you. I mean, I said roll initiative. You chose to attack them. I mean,
you implied they were looking menacing.
Yeah, I did imply they were looking menacing, but you know, combat's
is it-
now started, and during the combat rounds, a voice entered into the chat and basically told you lot to get out of her domain as the doors to the citadel opened and the goddess of winter, Auril, came out in her owl form with a large frost giant skeleton, and a bunch of wolves and golems and all that have started appearing in the courtyard along with these, what she is calling cold lights. So that is the lair action, the frost giant's turn, and Auril's turn as they all come out, because they all go after each other, as they all come out of this area. That's also the winter wolf, one of the winter wolf's turns. We move to cold light A, who is going to move towards Skitter. Is going to get within 5 feet of you, so you can use your held action if you'd like to.
Yes. Can I just double check something I didn't on my turn, actually? You said that they look... there's obviously degradation and zombification, sort of, but do any of them look tabaxi-shaped?
You can't tell. It looks like any... The only thing that you can tell is that they're not of a shorter species or a larger species. So they're not gnome, dwarf, or Goliath or something. All of there's no facial features you can see other than the sort of decayed hands of the one that's had the leather gloves melted away with the acid.
Okay. Great. Well, as one comes within 5 feet of me, it will get 2 draconic swipey claws to the face.
Okay.
Maths. So it's a 28 and a 32 to hit.
Those both hit.
Great.
Level 14 characters.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be, and so I'm using Draconic Strike. So both of these attacks come in as fire damage rather than slashing.
Very nice.
As Skitter swipes, you just see this sort of yellow and pink fire just kind of scratch through the air. So that's going to be 9 plus 14, 23 points of fire damage.
In total or from one attack?
In total.
God for that. Okay, so that takes it down to that as you step up and as it steps up to you and you do this slashing attack as it's where its face would be under the hood begins to glow brightly. You slash upwards, scratching across the chest area. You can see as these scratch marks go across the cape and the armor, light begins to shine out of the scratches that you've left, causing a heavy amount of damage as fire licks around it. It doesn't quite look bloodied just yet, but I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw. I need to hold you the DC then. Constitution save, please.
I mean, it's quite fun sometimes to say it, but
It's
sure.
quite fun, but I'm not going to tell you.
24.
24. As this bright light shines in your face, you wince a little bit. You're almost blinded by it, but you're not, as it then makes 2 slam attacks against you. So the first one is going to be a 15 to hit.
Misses. She swoops out the way.
Second one is a 15 to hit. As it tries to
She's
slam
low.
into you. The fire that's beginning to engulf it has caused it to go off of aim as it's tried to slam into you. That is the end of its turn. It is one of the golems' turns next. One of the golems, the one that was closest to where Mordwania and Quaximus was, it's going to get up and it's going to move towards you. Let me just check its speed quickly. It doesn't get very far, so it has to move and dash to be able to get within melee range of you because it only has a 10 foot of movement. At the end of its turn, that makes it Archie's turn because everything else rolled under that.
It's terrifyingly bad for them. So from my understanding, we're in kind of like a front courtyard area.
Mm-hmm.
What's the rough dimensions of the length of this? Just asking for hypotheticals. say, is it more than 100 foot long?
It's more than 100 foot long. I'd say from the left wall to the right wall, it's 200 feet all the way along.
Right. And they're kind of starting to come down these stairs from the inner citadel, yeah?
So you've got Auril, the frost skeleton, descending down the stairs, and then coming out from behind the stairs, you've got 3 wolves, and that's it. And then you've had some some golems that have appeared in places dotted around this area that are beginning to move towards you. They're quite slow, so they might not get to you very quickly. And then you've got these cold light things that are beginning to turn to attack Skitter, who is the closest thing to them.
Okay, so centered on the staircase, not hitting any of my allies, but encompassing as many of them as I can in this. There's going to be, it's a circle effect, and it's a 60-foot diameter.
Yep, so that would hit...
From the point in origin.
If you're looking to do it where the door is leading at the top of the stairs, that is going to hit both Auril and the skeleton.
Oh, no. This is the... so what you see is Archie kind of starts stamping in the ground, and as he stamps one foot, he kind of throws his wing forward, and you see these spectral, almost knife-like feathers start flying out of his wings, and he kind of starts doing this. And if you watch from the side, you'd be like, he's going to run out of feathers soon, right? You'd think, but no, he just continues doing this, and there's just a barrage of feathers that start flying out. And as they fly through the air, they start to kind of morph into still feather-shaped, but they're almost ethereal, and they just start spinning like vicious knives. And I'm casting Blade Barrier. That's my 6th level spell, and it's going to encompass to stop them being able to get out effectively. But if anyone is caught in it, they need to make a dexterity saving throw. So if I can hit the cold lights whilst also trapping Auril and the giants inside the Blade Barrier, perfect.
Well, the cold lights are where you all currently are, and then Auril and all that are about 100 feet in front of you.
The 100 feet. Okay, then I'm just basically a spherical wall around the big bad.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's understandable.
And I'm just doing that for it. It takes 6 seconds, so it's just manic shedding of feathers that instantly reappear again. So it's a 60 foot in diameter, 20 feet high, 5 feet thick. Anyone on the other side gets three-quarter cover. Moving through it is difficult terrain, and anyone who goes through needs to make a dexterity saving throw or take a lot of force damage.
Awesome.
And if they fail to save, they can't pass through.
Does anything happen when it's cast?
Only if it hits someone. So if it lands on someone, I'm not specifically aiming to clip anyone with it. I'm just stopping the big bad people coming through.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So you do that. You cast a spell, and you just hear in a voice, the voice in the ... appears again in all of your heads. And nice try. Is that the end of your turn?
How far away is she?
She's about 110 feet away from you.
Just double checking. The range is 120 feet. I'm gonna be like, yeah, what about this? And I'm gonna kick up my feet and quicken spell a firebolt at her face.
Yep. Okay. Roll me an attack roll, please.
That is a 21 to hit.
Would you Adam and Eve? Her AC is a lot lower than that. Please roll damage.
I was worried for a second. That is a total of 25 points of fire damage.
Jesus Christ.
From a firebolt?
Yeah, because it's 3d10, so yes, 5 points off max. Hot.
She does not. Hang on, let me just double check. No, she doesn't have any.
Ice Queen doesn't like fire.
And then I'm going to pigeon dive. Get it? Aldrich. Behind the walls. Oh, shit.
As this firebolt goes towards her, it almost perfectly goes through your blades, almost like morphing and turning to in tune with that magic. And she pulls her cloak up as it hits into her arm. You can hear in your heads this screeching noise, and as you look up, you can see that there is a burn mark right on her forearm from where this firebolt hit in. She took a heavy amount of damage from that.
You want another one?
Okay, awesome. So at the end of Archie's turn, it is another one of these cold lights' turn, and instead of it walking towards where Skitter is, its face just begins to glow again, and two beams fire out into you, towards you. Sorry, Skitter. So
It's lasers! Lasers!
Would you believe I rolled 2 10s to get 2 15s with the previous cold light that attacked you? I just rolled another 10 for that attack, and then the second attack, if it's a 10, this dice is going away. It's a 4, so no, it misses.
Just doing a cartwheel over the lasers as they come in.
Shrieking, lasers!
Lasers!
And they hit into one of the stone parts of the bedrock behind, and not the bedrock, the garden walls behind, and they just completely freeze over as they seem to be cold rays. At the end of its turn, another one of the winter wolves begins moving forward. It is going to have to move and dash to get within range. I believe, Quaxmas, you said that you were moving towards the doorway, didn't you? So it's going to move and dash to get within range of you. Can't do anything else this turn.
Will this go through my blade barrier, or was this outside it?
This was outside of it. So you positioned your blade barrier at the top of the stairs. These things are at the bottom.
Okay, perfect.
Next is 3 of the golems' turns. Each of them, are going to move and dash. Golem A is already within melee range of Mordwania from its turn, so that's fine. It's not going to get an attack now because it's not its turn. The other stone golem is snow golem, not stone golem, Josh. Snow golem. Another one is going to begin moving towards where the cold lights are. It gets to the cusp of them, won't be able to get to Skitter this turn because they've only got 10 foot of movement, so it's having to move and dash. And then the other 2 are making their way towards Archie. You're with Skitter, aren't you?
Oh God, no, no! I'm still 40 feet away.
Oh, that's fair.
I think we said it off when we took a little pause when we were rolling initiatives. We said, but we didn't actually say it while we were recording. But yeah, Archie was like popped into the air before Skitter started running forward.
That's fair.
Skitter ran, I stayed.
The other 2 stone golems are moving forward. One is going towards where Quaxmas is, and the other one is going towards Mordwania. It's going to take them another turn to be able to get there, so you're fine for a turn on those. The other 2 cold lights now get to go, and it's their turns one after the other. So one of them is going to walk up to you, Skitter, and can you make me another Constitution? Actually, they're both going to walk up to you. Can you make me 2 Constitution saving throws, please?
Roll physical dice. Ooh, okay. So that is +8. So that's a 23 and a 14.
14 is exactly what you needed to be it, so you are not blinded by these 2 creatures. However, I am going to roll 4 attacks against you. This is from each of them.
You're going to roll 10 every time, though, Josh, right? So
please don't say that. I'm rolling 4 dice at once. If I roll 4 10s...
10.
Okay, so we've got a dirty 20 to hit,
Okay.
a 21 to hit, a 24 to hit, and a 10 to hit.
Well, maybe 3 of those will hit. I
Maybe.
suppose.
Right, so 3 hit. This is going to be... Oh, should have got the dice up beforehand. That's a D10. That's not what I need.
Oh, I don't have my reaction back because I used it to hold.
Whoa,
Stupid having a conscience.
Right, so you are going to take, from the first attack... do you have any resistances to anything?
Cold, dizzy, and I'm immune to disease and poison.
Okay, so you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 8, 11, 12 points of cold damage halved because of your resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll take another 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Whew.
And 17 points of cold damage half to 8.
Okay, I was going to say. Well,
And then-
thank you for those temp HP.
And then lastly, you'll take another 10 points of bludgeoning damage and 15 points of cold damage, half to 7.
That was a lot of hits in one go.
As you are basically just pummeled by these things because you're the closest thing to them. They can't see where Archie is. And Mordwania and Quaximus are beyond you.
Sorry.
That is okay. That's fine. It's fine.
At the top of the round, Skitter, it is your turn. You have got 4 of these creatures on you currently with a golem approaching you. It will get within range of you in the next turn, but won't be able to attack you.
You said that the entrance to the cathedral was like over 100 feet away, right?
120 feet in total the way. Auril is 110 feet away, and the stairs are 100 feet.
Sure. What is the skeleton dude doing?
He's walking towards you at the minute.
Oh, is he not stuck in the blade barrier as well?
He is, yeah, he will be.
Okay.
So he'll have to deal with that on his turn.
I think just sort of ow, 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 taking those hits, Skittle just like the head kind of just pops up out of this crowd of enemies around her, and she just kind of yells at at Auril. We actually didn't mean you any harm. We were just kind of trying to see if my sister. Have you seen a tabaxi? Looks a bit like me.
I have many cold lights. One of them is likely her.
Okay. Question B. Can you stop the big storm? Lots of people are upset.
Doesn't say anything.
How rude.
All right. Well, you're given fair dues.
I am going to, as a bonus action, activate the wings unfurled again. So I'm going to spend a key point to step of the wind.
Yep.
Taking the disengage action, and wings. The wings sprout again. So Skitter just kind of like squats down, and then the wings sort of like. I know these things can't be dazzled, but it's just distracting as they sort of this burst of sparkly sort of pink and blue and silver light around all of these creatures. And in that moment of like, she's dove up into the air. And from, I'm not going to go very high, just like 10 feet. From this vantage point, can I see if any are particularly looking ropey?
Out of the cold lights that are attacking you?
Yeah.
The one that we've deemed Cold Light C is looking like it is bloodied, so it's under half health at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
There is another one that has been attacked by the one that you attacked as it approached you. Looks like it's almost bloodied, and then there's another one which again got close to you to attack you. That looks like it is almost halfway to bloodied. Or almost bloodied, should I say, and then one that looks like it's been barely touched but has slight cinders on it. You did fly 10 feet up, so that does mean I get attack of opportunities against you, doesn't it?
No, because I disengaged.
You did do that, so that's fine. Carry on.
Okay, so are there any of the golems or wolves near any of my pals?
You've got one that is within range of Mordwania at the moment, Golem. There's one wolf that is in contact with Quaximus, and the rest are all making their way to them. The other 3 golems are going to get to you before they get to anything else. So you're going to have a lot of crap on you.
No, I'm not. I'm going to fly to Mordwania. Oh, hello, thumbs up. Go away.
I know, that one came up, and then the other one came up as well.
I'd also point out that as this thing's coming closer, like a vision of Mordwana starts appearing, which is another version of her. I have a cloak of displacement, if that changes anything.
Sure, that's nice. I was thinking, like, if there's a nice big cluster of them, they're also, like, if anyone wanted to do any big fireballs, then you could. But also, they're not fast enough to catch me if I just run away and do dip-in dive bomb tactics.
Absolutely fair. Just wanted you to know that I have something rather than just being a squishy sorcerer.
If you're looking for fireball targets, you've currently got all 4 cold lights and 3 of the 4 snow golems all clumped together.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. So I am going to fly over to was it a golem There were so many things. Golem attacking Mordwania? Wolf.
Golem.
Golem. Great. Yeah. And they look stony, right?
So that's a mixture of ice and snow.
Okay, sure. And I'm going to go in for some draconic strikes on them.
Yes.
I rolled a 17 and an 18 on the dice plus numbers.
Armor class is 8, so you're fine. What type of damage are you doing?
Fire.
Uh-oh.
Videos?
Uh-oh.
Although I rolled shit on the dice. A little like torpedo of fire comes over to this golem and just kind of like bursts into it with 2 big slashes, doing a total of 16 damage. Fire.
You watch as your fire rips into this creature. You think, I didn't get a very good strike on my dive, was slightly off to the left or slightly off to the right. But it feels like you hit home as this thing begins to just melt away and is on its last legs. You instantly pick up that this thing might be vulnerable to fire.
Fun. And then how much movement did I use getting to Mordwania from where I was?
20 foot.
So
how
10
much
foot.
did you use? Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry if I meant them. About 20 foot.
Okay, so I've done 30, so I've got another 25 feet of movement. So I'm going to fly basically away from everyone else and just be a nice shiny distraction that things have to sort of start like walking over to me.
Yeah.
Somewhere else.
Make me a shiny check.
A shiny check.
I will let you choose between intimidation or performance.
They're both equally rubbish. Okay. I love my dice tonight. They're doing the business. Let's go with a performance of 21. 22, sorry.
As you sparkle and dazzle, the cold lights follow you as you move over and seem to not be paying any attention to Mordwania. However, the snow golems do not.
Sure. That's bonus action. Movement.
Awesome. At the end of your turn, that makes it Quaxmas's turn. Quaxmas, you have a winter wolf in your grill. With another 2 behind it. They're not within your grill, but are moving towards you.
Yes, concerning. I think the fight has gotten big enough that I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the head wolf.
Yep.
And I am going to start blasting.
Awesome.
Again, I'm going to go with the dragon wing, the dragon infused crossbow. So I'm going to start blasting.
Go for it.
Before I look at the number and notice what it is, I'm going to take the... I've got the sharpshooter thing, so I can -5 to get +10 damage.
Yep, that's fine. Yep.
No, it's disappeared. No, I can't see what it was. It was a 23, so minus the 5, so it's an 18.
18, that hits.
Sweet. Right, well, let's roll that damage now then.
Roll that dice.
Maths. So what is it? It's plus the 10, plus that. That'll be my normal damage. Okay, so it is 7 points of piercing, 5 points of thunder, plus the extra 10.
Yep.
So
22 in total. Okay, that is a very, very heavy hit on it.
Good. Second attack of 3.
Awesome. This is Wolf. This is Wolf A, by the way.
Yeah. Hunter's Mark. There was an extra D6.
Yes, roll the extra D6. Yeah.
Another 3 points of Hunter's Mark.
Oh.
Second one is a 19 when I take the -5 off.
Yep, that hits.
So same thing again. That is 7 points of piercing.
Yep.
5 on the hunter's mark. And you know what? I've also got that. Can you do the hunt? Can you do the rain thing on top?
The what thing?
Really helpful. Sorry, it's right at the very bottom. There's one of the ranger.
If it's
favored foe, can you do foe and hunter's mark?
Unfortunately, not. They favored foe is considered to be concentration similar to holding a spell, which is why they got rid of it in the new rules.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I want to hunter's mark instead. In that case, we are still all good. That was the amount of damage that I did.
How much was it in total again? Sorry,
the damage.
I got to the 12, but didn't hear the rest.
12. 4 points of thunder, and then the 10 for sharp.
26. So 26 total. This thing looks bloodied. It looks like it might fall over if it is attacked again.
Well, it's going to get attacked again.
Awesome.
Same dealio. Every shot gets better, probably because it gets closer each time. That is a 22 once I've minused off the 5.
Jesus Christ, yes, that hits.
Yeah. That's better. The base damage is a healthy 12. Then only 1 point of thunder. It didn't get as long to travel and get louder. And 2 points on the hunter's mark, plus 10.
No, so how much is that in total? You just done 25 damage.
12, 13, 15, plus 10, 25.
That was 1 hit point over what it had remaining.
Nice.
How'd you kill this winter wolf?
So I've got the crossbow master feat as well. So literally just like ignoring loading. It's just kind of 2 crossbows in hand, but like has on a gauntlet around this wrist, just extra bolts, and it's just like
I love that.
And yeah, just literally just firing straight into the torso of this wolf as it slides to a halt next to his foot, and he will kind of put one webbed foot up on it. Next.
Amazing. Is that the end of your turn?
That is. I'm holding off my action surge right now.
Awesome. Okay, so Mordwania, it is your turn.
Amazing. Bizarre question to start with. We can't see the sun because of the storm, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Cross that spell off. Okay. So when Skitter got out, there's a cluster of these things, right?
Yep, you've got a snow golem that is looking very heavily injured right next to you. Mm-hmm. And then you've got a cluster of the 4 cold lights and 3 other golems where Skitter originally was before she flew up and then came to you.
If we were putting that cluster sort of like in diameter, how?
I mean, it's definitely fireball-able.
Yes.
20 foot radius.
Yeah,
20 foot radius.
I think that's pretty spot on, to be fair.
I mean, it's not. I don't. That's the weird thing where I don't have fireball. I have other fire things, including one which was like you literally intensify the heat of the sun down in like a death beam. But unfortunately, but I do have wall of fire, so I don't think that's a bad. As I said, like thanks to my cloak, like another version of me is appearing, and I'm just like, let's get this over and done with. We have a goddess to disagree with. Wall of fire around this cluster. Josh, you put this upon yourself by creating so many wrong-uns for us to fight. Can everything that's within so it's 20 feet diameter, everything that would be within that circle, can they roll a dex?
Are you making the wall of fire around them then?
Yep, I'm trapping them in.
Awesome.
And with the fire, obviously, on the inner bits. Because,
yeah. Okay, so I'm going to roll...
You think alike. We've clearly done this before.
Oh yeah,
the tactic that you done on the way up here. So I'm going to roll 4. Do you say dex saves?
Dex saves. Yeah.
Okay. Well, those three fail because that's a 3, a 2, and a 7. However, I did roll a natural 20, so one will pass. I will let you choose which one passes out of A, B, C, or D.
Let's.
B is the one that has taken the least amount of damage.
C took the most, right?
C took the
C
most.
has taken the most, yeah.
Let C pass.
I'll let C pass.
Okay.
So, those within, I'm casting this at level 4.
Okay.
So, those who have failed will start by taking 23 points of fire damage.
Okay, so just before you do that, I need to roll for the golems as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be hilarious. Right, so 2 fail, and the third one is a 14.
Actually, can I be a little bit... I've got sorcery points. I rolled 2 1s on that, so I'm going to re-roll 2 of them. So...
That's cool. What's your DC, by the way?
17.
Oh yeah, so all three golems fail, and as do three of the other things.
Cool. So that I got a 2 and a 1, so that's now 24, which makes the maths a bit easier. So 24 points of fire damage.
Okay, so C, we said C was the one that resisted it, so C will take 12 points from that. So again, thank you for that. Makes that easier for me to work out. So it has that much left. The rest take 24 points. That leaves this one with that much. This one with and this one with that much.
Feel free to count it out loud. I don't mind.
No, that's fine. You're all good.
A number, yeah.
And then that one is that much. Right, so as you cast your wall of fire and it engulfs, sort of circles these creatures that are in a very nice, neat package for you, you watch as all 3 of the snow golems just melt away and disappear. Their vulnerability to fire was not good for them in this instance. 2 of the... Other than C, which we knew was bloodied anyway, 2 more of the cold lights are now bloodied, and 1 more of them is almost bloodied. So you've got 3 bloodied, 1 that is on the cusp of being bloodied. Half your points.
Cool. And they are now stuck within a big fiery wall.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So just note to self: keep concentration. Yes. I think that is. I think my only bonus actions are spells, which I can't do. I think. Yeah. I just prepare myself to possibly get punched in the face by something, which you should always be prepared for when it comes to a battlefield.
Makes it easier.
It does make it easier. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes. Still have my reaction.
Awesome. So next is the layer action. You watch as it comes up in all of your brains. Auril has left the chat.
Oh.
And you look up towards where Auril is stood with this frost giant, and she's not stood there anymore.
Giving us the cold shoulder.
She's in the wind.
She is in the wind.
The cold wind.
Yes. So...
Shame I was trying to shoot her in her mage face.
There will still be time, my friend. She'll probably turn
In
up
her
again.
mage face.
Yes.
Oh, you do. You have the mage thing, don't you? That's right. Yes.
Archie,
Yes.
does a dirty 20 and a 22 hit you?
No.
Your sheet.
I go, time to wing up my defenses. Shield.
What does that take your AC to?
It's 22.
Oh, so the 22 will hit you, but the 20 won't.
It's 16. Let me just double check.
That's 5, isn't it?
So it's 17 plus 5.
Yeah, 22, yeah. So I rolled, beats it for the attack. So 1 will get
Yeah.
through, but 1 won't. That is going to be...
I wasn't quick enough.
It's better than both.
True.
That is 9 points of piercing damage and 3 points of cold damage reduced to 1. as
Oh, yeah, the
Auril
ring.
as Auril appears behind you
Oh,
and slashes into you.
oh, it's mother.
Slashes into you twice. Your wing blocks one, but she catches the strength of a goddess, slashes through, and does some damage to you. That is
Bernardo, go home.
basically, yeah, that is it for her turn. The frost giant is going to, it's a skeleton, so it is just going to walk into the blades, and try to push through. Can it push through them? Is the question.
It needs to make a deck saving throw first.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a 4 for a 3.
Yeah, no. So it takes. I think it can push through if I read it correctly. It doesn't say that it. You make a straight wall or a curved one. The wall provides da-da-da. Any creature in the wall space makes a dexterity saving throw on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. A creature also makes that save if it enters the wall. Yeah, so it doesn't say that it stops them. They just take it.
He's
quite a
just
lot.
terminated through it.
Yeah, so it's gonna terminate her through it. It will take damage from it though.
It will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a good number.
That is a total of 44 points of force damage.
Banks the wall.
What?
Yeah, 60-10 every time someone
Jesus.
tries
Okay.
to go through.
Oh God, that's math in my head. I wasn't expecting to have to do. Gee. Okay. That. I mean, just walking through that. Did you say bludgeoning or piercing?
No, force.
Oh, force. Okay, so that makes it even worse. Well, it's not worse, but yeah.
It's not bad.
That
Yeah.
that it did not like that at all. It is almost bloodied from that.
How much movement does it have? Does it have enough movement to fully move through it?
Fully move through it, yeah. It has 40 foot worth of movement. So with a move and a dash, it is going to get within 20 foot of Quaximus, who is the closest.
Okay, cool. And there's no one else now within my blade barrier, right?
No.
Okay, perfect.
At the end of its turn, I took Auril's turn then as well, because she got to teleport as the lair action and then did her turn. It is one of the cold light walkers who is going to... What happens if they're within range of the wall, Tom?
So if they end their turn in the wall or they try and walk through it, they're going to take fire damage.
Okie dokie. So, have they got to be within 10 feet or 20 feet?
Yes, within 10 feet.
Well, with the way that you've positioned it around them, no matter where they move to within this circle, they're going to be within range of it. So, Skitters, you'd moved 20 feet towards where Mordwania was, and then you said you flew 30 feet.
25 feet away from Mordwania, and I'm imagining basically if like Wall of Fire group was here and Mordwania was here, I've kind of gone here.
Okay, so you're still within 60 feet, so you're going to get 2 cold beams come at you as you did bedazzle them.
Through the fire and the flames.
Through the fire and the flames.
Put it on the playlist.
Here we go. That is going to be a 16 and a 17 to hit you.
Miss.
Oh, wow. As one of them, but I mean, they just leave the front of the face, hit into the wall of fire, and then just fizzle out. Did you say it was the end of their turn, Tom?
Yes, or if they walk through the wall.
Cool. And it's a dex save?
Let's have a look. A creature takes the same damage when it enters. It doesn't say. DMs. Does it? Because it just says a creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on its turn or ends its turn there.
Oh, just take the 24 then.
Yes. Yeah. I guess.
Okay, so it takes another 24 points of damage, and as it does, it just evaporates into light and rags. Does anything happen when it dies? Let's quick check. No. Things happen if it kills people, but not if it dies. So you watch as this thing just disappears into a blue flame. Your wall turns blue for a second before going back to its original orangey hue.
Do we think that's savable? Do we think they're recoverable from that situation?
You wish.
Anything
I do, because Patter might be one of them.
Well, then yes, you'll need a wish.
I roll a 12 on deception. Absolutely, anything's possible with magic.
Not with a crossbow in the face.
Okay, so with that one dead, it is the snow golem that is looking very beaten up at the moment, but is right next to Mordwania. It is going to make 3 slam attacks against you, Mordwania,
With disadvantage.
because of the cloak of displacement. So I will have to do these separately. So the first one is a 9 to hit.
Failure.
Some
Disadvantage
natural.
again.
I rolled a 1 and a 2 on that one.
Hey.
And then the third attack is a 11 to hit.
Still doesn't hit.
Yeah, so that's all of them. As it its arms just lift up and it tries to slam down on you. It hits your copy and doesn't do any damage to you.
Good try, but no.
Is that? But no, that's not your turn. It's its turn. So that now makes it Archie's turn.
And things have changed. There was Archie like, I'm going to fireball her, yes. And planning this epic fireball.
Actually,
and then
just before your turn,
No, please no.
Auril reaches out to you as her clawed hand begins to get covered in ice, and she touches you with a touch of frost.
Oh no!
As a legendary action.
What does that do?
That is a 23 to hit you.
That's literally, yes, that's enough.
Okay, so that's going to be this. That is going to be 12 points of cold damage.
Oh wait, no, that's an attack, not a saving throw. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, so that's going to be 12 points of cold damage, and you cannot take a reaction until the start of its next turn, which doesn't matter because you used your reaction already. It's now the start of your turn, so you get the reaction.
But also
Okay.
half the cold damage because you've got the ring.
Yes, so it's just 6. Yeah.
You see the magic of the temporary HP go poof, and some very minor damage follow through. This could be a good moment for me to pull out some big guns, but I'm waiting. I think it would be a reactionary response to seeing this big evil thing. I think Archie would just go, ah! And then expand. It would look like Archie expands massively. And I'm going to quick cast, so use my meta magic to quicken spell. Guardian of Faith, directly centered on top of me. But this is a large spectral guardian, which just looks like a massive Archie, just standing there, all spectral-like. So for people that may not know, so it's a large spectral guardian. It will stay in that same place, and I have 60 damage to deal if people start their turn there or within 10 feet of it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, so that's quicken spell to get that out as a bonus action. And then I'm going to use my action to disengage.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I'm going to disengage back away from it. Where is safe? I don't think there's anywhere safe. I'm going to head towards my companions. Yep. Namely, not the one going, I'm over here, but over towards Quaximus.
You say that. The one going over here is probably in the safest position because Quaximus has got 2 winter wolves that are about to descend on him, and Mordwania has got an ice golem that is just flailing around next to it. Seems to be doing some sort of a floss or something.
So I start running. I'm like, wait a second. I just do a little drift in the snow, and I'm gonna fly.
That was my mother.
I'm gonna do a barrel roll flight, spearing towards Skitter. I've only got 30 feet of flight. However, I'm not sure how far. I think you're quite far, aren't you, Skitter? Because you go rapid.
I don't know what were you on this corner of the diamond?
Yeah, I was right where you left me originally.
So whatever the cross of the diamond is.
45 feet away.
So I'm now 15 feet away from Skitter, between Skitter and Auril, and my guardian.
Okay.
Guardian of Gahul, I assume.
Guardian of who?
At the end of your turn, you watch as Auril just melts away into ice and then reappears right next to Mordwania.
Oh,
Is that
Great.
Was that the start of her turn?
Nope, that was a legendary action to teleport. Okay, so at the end of Archie's turn, that makes it another one of these cold lights' turn. One of the ones that wasn't that badly damaged, again, has been completely attracted by Skitter's dancing, and is going to make 2 cold ray attacks at you. So the 2 attacks. The DM's curse is really on me at the moment. I rolled a 1 and a 4, so it misses you. And then
Yeah, I don't think they'll hit.
it doesn't. And then it proceeds to take 24 points of fire damage from the firewall. It is looking heavily bloodied, but is not dead. One of the winter wolves, actually no, both of the winter wolves are, these 2 wolves look completely undamaged and are going to basically descend on Quaximus. Where are their stats? They are, in fact, you watch as they go to step towards you. They sort of circle around you, and as they do this, frost begins to billow out of their mouths as they breathe in, and they just let out a cold breath at you. I need you to make me 2 separate dexterity saving throws, please.
Gladly. A 27
Yeah.
and a second 27.
Oh my word. So just a little note for
Fancy
you.
yourself quillers, do you? Ugh.
Just a little note for all of the DMs who are in the chat currently. If you feel that you're building an encounter and you feel that the encounter might be slightly deadly, add more things to it. Pro
I mean,
tip.
we still haven't really got. I mean, we've done a chunk to Auril, but we've not really done. And there's the giant as well, you know.
Everything has been hurt apart from these 2 wolves.
Not physically, but emotionally and mentally.
Yeah. So you are going to take, that's 14, 15, 16, 17 points of cold damage, which will be half because you failed, and then half because of the Ring of Cold. So that is 4 points of cold damage.
I will take it.
I'm
Thank
glad you did. Oh, that was just one of them. So this is the next one.
Oh, I thought that they both breathed at me in
They
different
both breathed at you, but only rolled 1 set of damage.
Oh.
That's 12, 15, 16, 17. So you take another 4 points of cold damage.
No. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
At the end of their turn, it moves to the remaining 2 cold lights to axe, and both of them are going to fire again their cold rays at the one who is prancing around in the sky.
Bouncing around in the sky being your aunt.
You
hate it when that happens.
I rolled one of them above a 10.
That's nice.
A
What's the
7.
modifier?
That's a 7 for a 10, a 2 for a 5, a 3 for a 6, and a 15 for an 18.
I'm afraid none of those hit.
What is your AC?
19.
Ah, damn it. Yeah, so they do, and you watch as another one fizzles out as the wall of flame takes it out.
It's just the one that actually makes it through the wall that Skitter just kind of matrix flips over.
Yeah.
Did it have to kind of poke its head through the wall just to hit? And then
It still didn't hit, but one of them is looking like it is on its last rags, and the other one is the 2 that remain in one's last rags. One is heavily bloodied. As we move to the top of round 3, and Skitter, it is your turn. You are 25 feet away from Mordwania and about 30 feet away from these creatures, the
great.
cold lights.
And 15 feet away from Auril.
Yes.
Yeah, Auril's the one that I'm focused on. So, Skitter at this point is going to grab hold of the necklace that she's wearing. I am going to roll a d6.
Roll that d6.
Great, that's what I was after. So, when we previously saw Skitter, she was carrying this item around and she had no idea what it was, wasn't attuned to it, didn't know what to do with it. Over this time, she and Valanamitra have managed to sort of unlock the abilities of the chronolometer. And so you see from the side, as Skitter grabs the necklace, just sort of time shifts around her slightly, and everything slows down. And I mean, she was already pretty fast, but everything just kind of goes. So as
Daisy teacher passed in Quicksilver.
yeah, exactly that. So my speed is doubled until the end of my turn, and I get an extra action. So I now have 110 feet of movement without dashing.
That's basically haste.
Not that I need it.
Yeah.
I just, for funsies, I just do a big loop around everything. And then come round to basically, yeah, I think that's what it is that she runs all the way around. So Auril is not, like Auril was facing her. She runs all the way around the battlefield to come in to punch Auril in the back of the head. Just to take her by surprise. But that does mean I get to, so I have 2 attacks, and I'm going to take the attack action twice, so I get 4 attacks. Let's see what the beams are. That is, what was her, so what did you say her AC was before?
I didn't.
Okay. So the first one is an 18.
That hits.
Okay, great. The other one is higher than that, so that also hits. And then those two also, yeah. So basically, the 18 was a 6 on the die, and then I rolled an 11, a 9, and a 17. So all of them hit.
Just to interject quickly, as you're going into punch, you just see Artie's face looking up at you, and I'm going to use my ring to make one of your attacks a critical hit.
Yeah, thanks.
Please, help me!
Okay. As you spin round and do that, you think you're going to catch her off guard, but she turns and her head does a full 180-degree turn as you punch her. She cannot be surprised by anything.
Sure. It's still like it's fine, I'll just punch you in your giant eye.
I can still go for the time stop. I know what you did.
I mean,
Okay.
she's a goddess. It makes sense for her to be able to like full head twist during a time stop. Okay, so now I've got 4d10 plus 28. So
Is that plus the critical damage as well, yeah?
oh no. So what? 5d10 plus 28.
And if we're doing Josh's crit roll,
Nope. That's only Aodrin.
Well, wow.
you sneaky snake! You change your rules.
He has to.
Okay, I'm going to do some EV counting. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20. 29 plus, what did I say before? 28. So that's 49, 57
Yes.
points of fire damage. As Skitter just runs around and
57.
yeah.
Okay.
Fire damage.
Fire damage does not matter. Hang on.
Nothing matters anymore.
Nothing matters anymore.
Really?
She does not appreciate that as she staggers backwards, her head's spinning around full 180 degrees, 360 degrees, is just continuously spinning as she clocks back in and falls to one knee. You can watch as bits of snow and water are beginning to fall. Her form is beginning to melt away, basically. She's on her last legs. You're a monk. You still have attacks.
My bonus action flurry of blows.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I only do the crit once per day, so otherwise.
Oh.
Good.
I've got good news for you, Josh. I rolled a 3, so that's a 15.
That still hits.
And then a 10 for a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so that's for 7, 8, 9, 10. Another 24 points of fire damage.
So I kind of see you doing that as you do the punch, her head spins round, and as she goes to fall to one knee, you sort of like just kick her in the head upwards, and she goes to fall backwards, but just disintegrates into snow and ice, which all just slops to the floor around you. She's gone.
Oh, good. You killed a god.
Oh! She looked very cross.
She probably is. We are probably cursed, but so goes it.
Oh, do you think that's her dead, or do you think
She's gonna be somewhere else.
She's dead.
Just
Dead.
Morana has a very dirty laugh at this point and is like, yeah, you cannot trust gods. Sneaky.
I think Skitter, because she kind of came around so fast, she kind of just, it was maybe like, I didn't use the dragon wings, but she kind of had climbed up Auril a little bit, who is big. And so it kind of just like, as Auril had slopped to the ground, obviously I've got a slow fall, so Skitter was just kind of in the air for a second. And then just kind of dropped down and was just kind of looking at the big puddle on the floor.
She was big for you, but she was actually a medium-sized creature.
Yeah. And then we'll just look at the frost giant to see what his reaction is. Like,
It's
what's he
still
doing?
going forward. He stops slightly, and you watch as the blue light in his eyes dims a minute, but then it flares back up, and he's still making his way towards where Craximus is.
Okay, it's not over. Archie, are you okay?
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me done.
Okay.
Everything's great.
I'm just like...
I've probably got enough movement to do another little lap of the thing, but I'll
Probably, yeah.
Actually, how much movement would it have been? You said that was 45 feet. So I probably would have used all my movement to go around. I was being silly. I won't try and run somewhere else and distract him elsewhere. It's fine. I'll stay here.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, that makes it Quaximus's turn. Quaximus, you have got 2 winter wolves, one on your sort of northwest side, one on your northeast side, both within 15 feet of you, and 20 foot away from you is this hulking, massive frost giant skeleton that's making its way towards you.
Bring it on. First up, I'm going to move my hunter's mark with my bonus action.
Yep.
I think personally that the giant is going to give me the biggest problem, so I'm going to move it to the giant because I've got other things I want to do with my bonus action, and I'm fed up with moving my hunter's mark. I only took the dip for, Anyway, I'm going to level both crossbows either direction. Josh, correct me if I'm wrong. When I action surge, I get all of my attacks.
Again, yep.
So I'm going to, with both crossbows, firing bow, 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 bow. So action surge, so I can take 3 attacks on each wolf.
Yes. So you're doing 3 attacks on each wolf, leaving the frost giant alone.
Yes, because I think that the wolves are going to be a pain in the arse, but the giant's going to need the hunter's mark on it.
Cool.
So
go for it.
That's my reasoning. Also, just the image of just firing both directions at the same time is too cool to not do.
While staring down the giant. Yeah, go for it.
Probably because of hubris, the first attack I rolled, I didn't announce the sharpshooter thing. I don't mind if you feel like that should have been default or not.
I would assume that all of your attacks are sharpshooter unless you say otherwise.
Okay, let us assume that. In that case, it was only an 11, that first one.
First one misses. If you don't want it to be sharpshooter, it doesn't have to be.
We'll stick with that. I'll say if I don't want it to be.
Okay.
So the second one will also be an 11.
That misses.
I think, yeah. No, same again. Natural 1 for a 9.
Yeah, I think it's the staring at the giant and not
Look at
actually.
me killing you. Oh shit!
Focus.
Your next 3 attacks against the other wolf.
Do that with the other thing. Oh my god. Hubris! Another 11.
Unfortunately not.
Oh my god, another 11. I'm rolling physical dice now.
As pointed out, hubris only affects those who are better than the gods themselves. So.
And I mean, you've killed the
Josh
gods.
was rolling a 10, now you're rolling 11, so...
Yeah.
That is better. That is an 18. with
18, that
dice.
does hit, yeah.
Just FYI, I got a plus 13. So obviously with minus the 5, turned it into a plus 8. I was rolling no higher than 3 any of those times. But yeah, thankfully I rolled 10 10 on the dice, plus the 13, minus the 5, so 7. Did I write that all right? 18 to hit.
18 hits, yeah.
Cool. Is that? Ha ha ha! Oh, bollocks. Second time. Right, and unfortunately, that is the slightly not as good crossbow that has extra things that also require bonus actions. That is 12 points of piercing on the final one.
Okay, so that goes down to that much as all of these shots just seem to go wide from where you're focusing on this giant and just blindly shooting, but you realise just as the last shot, like, boom, and you hit, it sort of scratches across this wolf's cheek. If it survives this encounter, it's going to have a gaping scar across its cheek.
I guess I'm not quite the crack shot that I thought I was.
Is
No one corrects you.
the quack shot. Is that it for your turn?
That is bonus action. That is action surge. That is 2 lots of actions. Nothing's actually within melee range of me, is it?
Not yet, no.
I'm going to run away.
March.
Yep, you waddle off.
He doesn't waddle. He
25 foot.
struts.
That's it. Oh.
Yeah, that's fair. Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Then I'll take up another slightly more dramatic foot pose on a rock.
at the end of your turn, that makes it Mordwania's turn.
Beautiful. Tell me, DM dearest, if I did something with 60-foot radius, mainly focusing on the giant, what could I hit, and can I ensure that I do not hit my fellow companions?
Well, Honey Pie, if you were to shoot... He started it. If you were
I
to
called
shoot...
you dearest. I showed you respect.
and I called you
named
Honey
me-
Pie.
That's also my title.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
yes.
now that we've flirted with each other for a little bit, let us carry on with the game proper. If you wanted to not hit Quaximus, you could hit the giant and the 2 winter wolves. There's nothing else around there.
Yeah, because we took down the thing in the ring of fire. They're still
No, there's still 2 of those alive.
okay, but I couldn't hit those.
Not in this blast. No, they're in an
Okay.
opposite. They're in a different place.
I mean, again, this is a one shot, so it seems sad not to bring out the big guns.
Do it.
Do it now. As the staff I'm holding in my hand starts glowing with this fiery radiance, as we flash back slightly of me sitting wet in a cave while Eldarf's like, well, that's the thing. So you're going to be like a secret sorcerer? And he's like, so this one is a secret paladin and I'm a secret sorcerer of you. You're not even a fire goddess. He's like, I contain multitudes. Can the wolf and the giant please roll a constitution saving throw?
I'll do the 2 wolves first.
As this is coming down, and I yell, everyone, shut your eyes!
I rolled a 3 and a 4. So that's a 5 and a 6. And then the giant on a con save is a natural 20. Thank God for that. Natural 20 for a 22.
Okay, so
Rhubarbs, anyone?
Rhubarb. Let's see. So the wolves take 57 points of radiant damage, and are blinded.
I think they're dead.
To be fair, they can no longer see.
That's as I just go, problem solved as they ignite. The giant will take half of that radiant damage and is not blinded.
57 halved is going to be a number. Sorry? 28 it'll be, wouldn't it? Yeah, 28. Yeah. Wow, that was a big blow. That was a heavy amount of damage. The frost giant is looking bloodied. One of the wolves is on its. Both wolves actually are on their last legs from that. You took over half their hit points off in that one attack. And they were, other than the one bolt that hit the one from Quaximus, they were both untouched.
And now they're blind.
and now they're blind. You need to remind me of that when it comes to their turn.
Yeah. So that is my folks. That was my staff. That was a level 8 spell. That's if I do that again, this staff's just going to turn into fireflies, as staffs I want to do. Yeah. I have anything within melee range of me?
Just that one snow golem. One
Right.
that's failing to
Still
hit you.
there.
It's still there going. "Ugh." It's just flossing.
It loves to dance, and who am I to take that away from it? Yeah.
Also, Jack, I'm slightly disappointed you didn't call them Snowlums, but
Snowlums. Oh, that would have been brilliant, yeah. Didn't think of it.
You could retroactively just edit it, and you fight the Snowlum.
Yeah.
I've done that before. That sounds weird. Carry on.
This is such a normal game. I mean, my temptation. The temptation to move out of the way, knowing it's going to have disadvantage on the opportunity attack, but yeah, you know what? I think we're slightly falling. I've still got my concentration up. I'm going to attempt to move towards. Not obviously, I'm not overshadowing Quaximus on his absolutely beautiful rock, but having bombarded and also being more of a ranged fighter, I'm going to attempt to withdraw. So yeah,
Okay, it's going to make an attack against you with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh, I rolled a 10 and an 11. 13.
Again, sort of, I do not want this to happen, but why is my hologram version also flossing? That is not a respectful thing for a princess to do.
It's a great dance. You look good. You should do it as well. You've got a built-in group dance. We can all do it.
Again, I'm looking at you with mild disdain, but accidentally into the chat room go, that sounds like fun. And I'm like, delete.
Yeah, see?
As I think hearts just start appearing. I'm like, all of you stop. This is not. Yeah, exactly. For the podcast listeners, there are hearts as Nat does a little dance. Yes. So I have withdrawn back. So let's say within 10 feet of Quaximus, but sort of withdrawing back.
Awesome. As that happens, you hear, or you all get within your brain, Auril has entered the chat. And as the storm begins to swirl round more and the snow around you begins to shake, and you just hear a voice in her head say, "You thought I was done."
Actually, no, we didn't. We were a bit confused.
Welcome back. Hi.
Yeah. How's it going?
How was your short rest?
Silly mortals, as all of the snow and ice and water begins to sort of drag and pull itself into the center of this area, away from the wall of fire. And you just watch as this gigantic hand pushes out of the pathway, destroying all of the rocks, and slams down. Another hand comes out, slams down, and pulling out is this giant, completely made of ice, giant woman that is larger than the frost giant, and she just stands there. She's got this ice crown around her head. Her hair, even though it's made out of ice and snow, just seems to be flowing on the wind. The storm around her, she seems to be commanding it as the heavy rock music now sets in, and
she needs to let it go.
She does need to let it go. Auril's second form appears. And on her turn, you watch as she reaches up towards, so her hair is all ice and it's going down her face like icicles. She snaps off one of the icicles and throws it towards where Skitter is. And as she throws it towards you, it separates out and begins to spin around. And it
becomes the Rocky theme tune?
It becomes the Rocky theme tune, and it turns into an ice mephit as that gets into contact with you, and that is instantly going to make an attack against you. The ice mephit is.
Does this count as a ranged missile attack?
No, because it's summoning this creature and then it attacks you.
Oh.
You cannot catch it and throw it back at her. That would be hilarious.
I mean, you gotta check these things.
That's a dirty 20 to hit you.
That will hit.
Okay, so the little thing hits you, but the big goddess can't hit anything. I'm not salty. I'm joking. I'm
Sure,
not.
it's fine.
That is going to be 4 points of slashing damage and 2 points of cold damage reduced to 1 as the ice method
Fire damage.
attacks you. Auril's second form.
Quick point of order, Josh. You can't be salty. It would raise your freezing point.
Very good point. Thank you very much for that.
You can be a
Just
bit
in-
You're
gritty.
welcome.
In reaction to attacking me, can that little mephit please make a strength saving throw?
I spam my drink everywhere. Then yes, it can attempt to. Oh, actually, that was actually quite. Oh no, 11.
No, I'm afraid not. As it comes into attack, I do take the damage, but the dragon wings, they're not sort of fully out, but there is like a pulse of the same sort of spectral motes of light come out of Skitter. And it takes, please, 13 points of force damage and is thrown back 10 feet.
Okay, so it's thrown back 10 feet and takes the 13 damage. It is looking bloodied. Doesn't have many hit points. That is the end of the ice method and Auril's turn. However, Auril is instantly going to take a legendary action as she pulls off another icicle from her, and she's going to spin that around and throw that towards you, Skitter. She's got a thing against you at the minute. Maybe because you punched the shit out of her.
Probably understandable, to be fair.
Yeah. This is an ice dart that's coming at you for... Oh, okay, that's a 16 for a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
It don't do that much damage. It is 7 points of piercing damage.
I'm going to use
And,
my reaction. I can't throw this one back.
and 6 points of cold damage reduced to 3.
All right.
And then that goes to the frost skeleton turn, who is going to barrel its way towards Quaximus, and is going to swing at you because it has a reach of 10 foot, so it can do that. It's 2 attacks with its great axe.
Not that great.
So that is a 24 to hit and a 19 to hit.
All right, that's pretty great.
Do they both hit?
My AC is an 18, so both of those hit.
Okay, so I'm going to roll all of this damage at once. Unless you have resistance to
Cold.
slashing damage.
Only cold.
Okay.
I'm resistant to cold and evil.
Evil cold damage. Oh wow, okay, that was high. That's... Oh no, that's an 8, not a 3. Oh my god.
What's a bit 3 there?
65 points of damage
Oof.
in total, not from one attack, that's from both of its attacks.
Okay.
I'm still standing.
Yeah, 65 points of slashing, that was in total.
I am out to triple figures, but I'm still standing.
Oh, wow.
I'm still standing. I need to change that dice because it's completely unreadable. I mean, I'm just going to show the audience just how unreadable it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that blurring is really annoying.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very unreadable to us.
Yeah, it's
Just
really
the best.
unreadable to me. That's its turn. That makes it the snow golem. Did you move away from it, Mordwania, the snow golem?
Yeah.
You did. Okay, so it's going to. How far did you move?
I was within 10 feet of Quaximus.
You're within 10 feet of Quaximus, so it's going to have to move and dash to get to you. So that's what it does. It flosses towards you. At the end of its
Not
turn,
everyone has to dance. This is not a dance party.
this is the same. This is the same snow golem that's been flossing the entire time. It's now Archie's turn.
It doesn't just floss, it floss while dashing. So it's like a really super speedy floss.
How does Quaximus look? bloodied, or is he all right? He shrugs that off.
I mean, because of the temp HP, I'm still over half.
So you don't look bloodied, but you don't look too...
If I take another one of those, and I think Skitter's probably requiring a little bit more.
That's fine.
At this point.
I'm going to. I mean, as Tom eloquently put it, time to bring out the big guns. I am going to cast Power Word Fortitude finally.
Yeah.
So Archie is going to adopt one of Craximus's famous stoic looks, and in the middle of all the kind of storm, position himself slightly sideways so his useless cloak billows out. He looks forward to the sky and just goes, "Ooh." And as he let out this hoot, the hoot, just very quiet to start with, it just kind of gets carried on the breeze and starts like reverberating around the entire room. And I'm going to assign 20 temp HP to myself, 20 temp HP to Craximus, 20 temp HP to Mordania, and 60 to Skitter.
Holy moly.
Ooh, wow, okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
So that everyone, that happens.
That's the thing that happens.
That's the thing.
That's my single and only use of my 7th level spells. So that happens. Incidentally, that lasts until you use it. So even if you have a long rest, it stays until it's utilized or gone.
Nice.
That's cool.
Not that that's probably going to be a likely thing to happen. Who knows? For my bonus action, I'm going to cry. No, I'm going to...
Crying is a free
Crying is a free action, yeah.
Yeah, crying is free action.
But it will freeze on your face, so careful.
Yeah.
Just a quick point. I didn't want to interrupt when the epic arrival of Aura's icy form arrived. But from my understanding, so she came out, that would have been within... Would that have been within 10 feet of my Guardian of Faith?
No.
Because my faith was still... my big spectral archie's still back there.
Yeah, no, not within 10 feet of it.
My blade barrier is useless. I think at the top of the stairs, nothing's like coming out from up there, is it?
Not really, no.
No,
Well,
so I'll drop.
that's concentration as well, isn't it? So you'd have to drop. You would have had to have dropped it to do the
No,
Guardian of Faith.
Guardian of Faith isn't concentration.
Oh, is it
Just a
not?
guy.
No. Yeah, I've been.
Pal.
Yeah, he's my chill. He's my pal. If she goes within 10 feet of him, let me know. But I'll drop concentration on blade barrier then to get rid of it. And I'm going to quickened spell a cantrip, another firebolt at Auril. Like, oi! And then as I release it, I'm like, oh no, wait, what if she actually looks this way?
Yeah. Okay. Roll me an attack roll, please. Let's change her hit.
Please fail. 23.
That hits.
Oh no.
You got what you wanted.
That's 15 points of fire damage.
Yep, you watch as it hits into her shoulder and a massive chunk of the ice and ice and the spikes and things that she has on her breaks off, seemingly doing a bit more damage than you might have thought.
Like, Maud, you see that? And then I'm just going to lightly fly as fast as humanly possible, towards my Guardian of Faith. And I'm just going inside it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Protect me!
Yeah,
Protect me, please.
It's a spectral thing, but I have the illusion of safety, so that's all I need.
Yeah. Okay, so at the end of Archie's turn, the Cold Light Walker is going to make 2 attacks against...
Oh, there's still one of them around.
There's still 2 of them around at the minute.
Oh, they're still here?
Yeah,
Still
it's going to make
trapped in
2
the wall.
attacks. Yeah, the things that haven't done anything are going to make 2 attacks against Skitter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one is a 15 to hit, another one is a 22 to hit.
Well, the second one does hit.
Finally. Okay, so that is going to be this damage. Oh my giddy god. Okay, so that is 35 points of cold damage, halved to 17.
17.
Interesting.
Interesting. When they
Good
hit,
job I got them
they hit
20.
hard. But then, because of the 24 points of fire damage they will take from the wall of fire, it evaporates as it had 23 hit points left.
Oh!
Oopsie doodles. Very rude.
Next is the 2 winter wolves, which are blinded. So they are. I will, as a free thing, do a sniff.
No,
Sniffing is a free action.
Sniffing is a free action. My giddy god.
they mostly smell burnt flesh.
Okay, yeah. They're able to sniff out the blood of a certain duck that is nearby, and they are going to charge towards you to start attacking because it's duck hunting season.
No.
They are both going to attack you. Now, they have disadvantage because of being blind, but they also have pack tactics, so these are just going to be straight rolls.
Fair dues.
16 was the highest I rolled.
18,
18, isn't it? Yeah. So as they try to bite you, I mean, they just completely miss. You don't even need to dodge out the way. They just go, and you're like there.
Yeah, I'm not duck dodgers.
You duck out of the way. And it goes to the last Cold Light, who is going to, again, fire 2 shots at Skitter. Because, again, your fabulousness is attracting them.
Stop doing jazz hands. Stop it.
I can't. It's one of the important things that Valanamitra taught me is just always take joy and sparkle.
So that is a dirty 20, which will hit you, but a 15 won't.
Correct.
Okay. But again, this is cold damage. Yeah.
Those temp HP were nice.
Yeah. They've done me real well.
Kept you up.
Thank you very much.
Glad I gave you 60.
Yeah.
Should have given you more.
Again, that's another 35 points of cold damage reduced to 17.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it's 4d10 damage when they hit. When they hit.
When?
And then you watch as it just evaporates, and there is now nothing within that firewall.
Mm-hmm.
And at the start of round 4, we're going to go for another quick 5 to 10 minute break, because this is a chunky battle. So we will see you in a moment. Now, at the start of round 4, Skitter, it is your turn. We're diving straight back in.
Mm-hmm.
Balls deep, all that stuff. Or
don't have balls.
Ice balls deep.
Snowballs deep.
Snowball, that's what I'm trying to think. Say yes, thank you. Snowballs deep.
I don't know if any of us do. We've got birds and we've got...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birds and ladies.
Yeah.
True.
No balls. This is a ball-free party.
True.
Cloacas, though.
Yes.
Few cloacas to go around.
There are no male. Yeah.
Yeah. Skit, what are you doing?
Corkscrew.
Sorry, we're going straight into battle. But
You
what's
can tell
going
across the
on?
watershed.
Tell us about-
Testicles.
Cloaca talk has started. It must be up to 9 p.m.
I am going to. I appreciate this is not going to be helpful for everyone else for long. But for my bonus action, I'm going to activate my aspect of the worm. And again, that sort of spectral sparkles just kind of radiates off Skitter to a radius of 10 feet. And I would like to choose the resistance aspect of the worm. Hey, everyone, we've got now extra cold resistance. Ooh. Josh, you suggested before that this may stack with our rings of warms.
Oh, yes, it's cool.
So we now have cold immunity?
No, it's just resistance.
It's half and half again.
Yeah,
Okay.
half and half again.
So we take a quarter of the damage.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
Right.
hey, that's fine.
Yes.
It might be fine. It's a god we're fighting.
I was going to say,
Still a god,
we cut to 5
but-
minutes. It was not fine.
This lasts
Everything
for
hurts.
a minute. So unless we go for another 10 rounds, we should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then because the Mephit was pushed 10 feet back, I'm not within attack range of it. I would like to go straight to Auril. I've got 55 feet of movement. Is that going to be enough?
Yep, that's going to be enough. Yep, that gets you right to the centre, right where she is.
Great. I'm going to climb up, however far, I managed to go. The rest of my movement, I'm just going to climb up her.
Yeah.
And she's going to do some attacks as we climb.
It's the climb. And I'm not going to sing. Carry on.
That is an 18 and then a 15 on the dice plus 12. So both will hit.
Yes, her AC is 16.
Great.
Mercy. Yeah.
And then we're going in for 6, 7, 8, 15 fire damage. A little like slashes as Skitter climbs.
She does not like that. She is almost on half. Not quite. Almost. Is that 15 from one attack?
No, that's both attacks.
Okay, yep. So yeah, she's looking almost bloodied or almost melted.
Smashing.
Almost
That's
smashed, yes.
Almost smashed. That is my turn.
Awesome. You can see the cracks beginning to form up her form, as you are attacking her. We now move to Quaximus's turn. Quaximus, you have a frost giant in front of you and two wolves. Wolves. There we go.
Cool.
That's what I was trying to say. 2 winter wolves trying to attack you.
They're blinded. They're not dead, right?
They're not blind. They're not dead, but they are blinded. They are almost very dead.
Very, very looking hurt. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, do I want to save my? Yeah. Okay. I've been holding off because I've got the I'm samurai, so I've got the I can give myself advantage on the attacks, but it uses my bonus action.
Ah.
And I think I'm prepared to do a different thing for my bonus action. So I'm going to shoot at the wolves. You say they look very much on their last legs.
Yes.
So I think I will not use the sharpshooter so that I'm just firing my normal.
Yep.
Just firing.
I roll high. 29.
29 will hit, yes.
Cool.
Are you going for B or C?
B.
B. Awesome. B is the one with more health anyway.
That is
That was
9 points of piercing.
Yeah.
2 points of thunder from the
Say 2 points of thunder.
my 2 points of thunder. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. From my crow-shaped crossbow. My crossbow. The other one's like a parrot, so it's a macaw's bow. Anyway,
it's still alive. It is
still alive.
Yep, it's still alive. A stiff breeze will knock it over.
Okay. I think it's worth putting it down, not taking the extra attacks from it. So I will get a natural 20. Of course I will.
Okay.
To do all of that times 2. So give me 2 ticks. That is 13 points of piercing and 10 points of thunder.
How'd you kill it?
I think it's literally just no bravado this time, just firing, aiming down, and just trying to get it to fall over before it reaches me.
Awesome.
And it does leave me with 1 attack left to shoot at the other one as well.
Yep.
So I'm going to roll that one. That is a non-natural 20.
That hits.
And I will roll these 2 dice. Can't hit the table, can't hit. 7 points of piercing and 2 points of thunder.
How'd you kill this one?
Oh.
They were literally on their last leg. Stiff wind would blow either of them down.
Okay. I think it is literally just, they've turned, they're running right towards Quaximus, and it's literally just executioner style swiftly, and then is going to stand looking defiantly at the giant. I am going to look to see if there's anything else fun I can do with my bonus action, seeing as I didn't have enough attacks left to do the other fun thing. I'm going to second wind.
Yeah,
Go
do
for
it.
Word.
Go for it.
Seeing as I finally have a bonus action to use, let's not let it go to waste. I will have 9 plus 12, 21 HP I recover.
Nice.
That's-
Actually,
It's very cold.
Even the rings were all getting slightly chilled.
Yeah.
Did
Yes.
anyone bring soup?
so at the end,
It resists
I did,
cold,
yes.
not cold, sir. You
Yes.
still get
Yeah.
millions.
at the end of Quaxmas's turn, Mordwania, it is your turn. You
Nice.
currently have a flossing snow golem following you. It's in range of. It's still within range. It's moved within range of you.
But not. If I keep moving, does it take attack of opportunity? Is it that?
Yes,
close?
it'll get another attack. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Actually, no, because. Oh no, it's had its turn since then. Yes, it will get another attack of opportunity. Yeah.
Interesting. I do like risking it for a biscuit. Is there a way I could position myself that if I was to do a line, I could hit the golem and the goddess, the GGs?
Depending on the range, yes.
60 feet?
Yes.
I would like to move into that, please.
Yeah, you can do that. It's literally you're stood here. Quaximus is there. The golem is there. You literally go. Whoop.
So, again, lean round and with my very long arms. Can they both roll dexterity saving throw, please?
Yep, the ice golem, ice snow golem. Sorry, is natural 1, which had a -2, so it's a -1.
Fun.
And Auril, is this a magical effect?
It's cast from my staff.
So it's technically magical then. So
Yeah.
she will get advantage with this. And rolled a dex save. You say yeah.
Yes, please.
She got a 16. If she failed, she will use one of her legendary resistances.
Fair enough, but I burnt that, and I literally mean burnt. So, I cast Burning Radiance in a line.
Oh, God.
It's... Here we go. 52 points of Radiant, and if it fails, it also ignites. So if the golem is still alive...
Oh, definitely not. 52 points. That's 104 points of damage that it takes from that. So Auril would technically half that 52 down to 26, but she takes double the damage, so takes the 54. The 52, sorry.
Again, so she would take fire damage, but I think that like ignites and then there's so much water that she just goes out again. Right? Fair enough.
Yeah, she is more than bloodied now. As that fire just causes parts of her to melt off, parts of like her hair falls off, all of the extra extended spiky bits begin melting down, and pools of water begin forming around her form.
Hold on, Skitter.
There's just like fiery claws, like, this is fine! Everything is fine!
I think it's sort of like, as a sort of, it's not quite a bonus action thing, but I'm preparing telekinesis to just be like, oh, off you go, Skitter. Skitter just floating off into the atmosphere. Hi, yeah, no, we found your sister. Bad news, your other sister's just gone floating off into the power space. We're having fun here.
You seen the video of the cat that drinks out of the glass that has to do the little like feet shuffling every time they drink?
Is that what you're doing?
That's what she's like, just to stay on, just like.
Sorry about that, Skitter. We wouldn't.
Oh, it's fine. This is fun. It's fun.
Look over to Christmas. I don't think cats like water very much, so we might have to. Archie, I haven't talked to you in a bit. How are you doing? I don't know why I'm yelling. I can talk to you mentally.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. In my head, I'm shouting as well.
Everyone's yelling. It's a great time.
Please take caps off.
Fantastic.
I'm in my safe space. Just a giant spectral owl around me still.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, nothing interesting. Bonus actions. Keep my reaction.
Okay. So at the we get to the layer action, and you watch as Auril's form begins to turn into part. Like the storm begins to pull down around her form, and she teleports, and she is going to appear right. Oh yes,
The skitter go
because
as
you're
well.
there, aren't you? Yeah.
I'm on her.
Yeah, you're on her. So
Is it a spell she's casting, or is it like it's just an innate ability?
it's a layer action. So I would say
It's not counterspellable.
No. If you wanted to try and hold on to her skitter, you could with acrobatics or athletics check.
Yeah, sure. I mean, acrobatics, please.
Go for it.
21.
21. So you stick on, and it's almost like you feel the storm around you. It threatens to blow you off, but then you just disappear and then reappear right at the doorway to the citadel as her chest cavity begins to open up and a large shard comes out of it. I say large, it's about medium-sized shard. I need you to make me a charisma saving throw, please, Skitter.
I should have left my barrier up.
A charisma saving throw.
Yes.
A 21.
Oh, meets it, beats it. As the shard pulls out, you feel yourself being pulled towards it, and then it just shatters and collapses to the floor. That was
Thank you. You should get that checked out.
That was an ice stasis. That would have pretty much taken you out of the combat if that had gone off.
Very rude.
Very rude. That is the end of her turn, because that was her action. So that makes it the frost giant skeleton turn, and it is going to hammer down on Quaximus.
I'm going to become Splatimus.
It is going to be 2 attacks. One's a natural 20. The other one is a 22.
Like that.
Okay, so that's going to be.
Oh man, you're no longer within 30 feet of me. Dang.
Okay, so that's going to be. This is from the critical hit, so that is 18, 26, 37, 40, 43, 49 points of slashing damage from the crit.
Ouch.
And
Personally, I should have been making some constitution saves for my concentration check.
Ooh.
So I will quickly do at least one of those. Yeah, there's no chance. So my
Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark would have dropped. Yeah.
Yep, so that's 49 on that crit, and then it is another 30 points on. No, 33 points on the second one.
Oof. Well,
You're looking.
still over a quarter.
Okay, so that is the end of its turn. Auril has had their turn. It is the Ice Mephit's turn. The Ice Mephit is going to fly to the nearest creature, which is going to be Archie.
Hello.
Going to fly towards Archie. Archie, you're
I'm within my guardian of faith.
Yep. So that will get to do its thing.
Finally, let's go. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw. It will take 20 radiant damage.
That fails. It goes to fly towards you and then poof, disappears.
If I could flip him off as an owl, I would.
You're like, your feathers move, and we know what that means.
Internally, I'm like, Maud, do it for me.
Archie, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to have no fear. I'm on my way. And I'm going to do a barrel roll flight towards Quaximus. And I'm going to twin spell Cure Wounds. Wait, as I'm flying, like, you know, as I'm looking, does Skitter look like she may have taken some damage? I don't think you've taken much, but a little bit.
Some damage. I mean, she's got that little shiny aura of the temp HP you gave her still hanging on. And then underneath that, she doesn't look bloody yet.
But, okay, that's fine.
But she's 100 feet away. Because she's still on Auril.
Yeah, let me check my ring. What's the... No, it doesn't say there's a range in it, so...
Actually, 80 feet away, not 100
It's
feet.
whenever I heal myself, you get healed. So I can heal you from afar. But I'm not going to twin spell this then. I'm just going... Because I don't need healing either. Oh, wait, I do. Please, DM. Don't tell the DM your health, otherwise you'll. Oh,
I mean, the
more
DM
ice
could just
scholars.
look at your
See
character
it.
sheet.
You can see it.
Impossible.
True, true,
I don't
yeah.
have any of the character sheets open, but I could look.
Yeah,
We
you
all
look.
have 400 hit points.
You look pretty beat up. So I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on you. Now, because I'm a Divine Soul Sorcerer and I have the healer, my Cure Wounds do a little bit more than normal. So this will be 8d8 plus 5 healing.
Well, bloody hell.
But it gets a bit complicated because I can reroll ones as a Divine Soul Sorcerer. I can also reroll ones as the healer, and trait allows me to reroll it as well. So just bear with me while I count. Okay, so that's one. So that would be 44 plus one more d8. So 48 points of healing. That's my action. 48 points of healing. As I run up to you and I just stand on your shoulder and go, it's all right, it's not that bad.
Yes. Heal me, little one. Birds of a feather must flock together, after all.
Yes, we must. Speaking of which, where is Lancer? Lancel, sorry.
Lancel just appears outside of my furs. It's like, hey, what are we doing?
Hi, you're still alive too. Awesome. As I'm
I
going
can
to
never die. I made an infernal debt. I used to be a man.
help me. Oh my god.
That's another one of Tom's characters that we'll probably get to meet future down the road.
I think I'm in the future where back in the kingdom I was like, so, Lancel, what would you give to live forever? I'll give anything. Interesting.
I'm going to quicken spell. So I have 6 sorcery points left after this, which is why I didn't choose to twin spell Cure Wounds there. This will be a quicken spell fireball at Auril's face again. 120 feet range, so...
Okay.
And has it been more than 10 rounds of combat since we started?
No, we're just about to, at the end of your turn, it'll be the start of round 5.
No problem at all. So this will still be with advantage on it then. Is that rolling with advantage? No, it's not. So that is a 26 to hit.
That's going to hit.
And then I'm going to be like again, yeah, oh, why do I keep doing this?
You're doing great, Archie.
Thank you. 18
Hearts
points.
and chat.
And then I'm just going to slowly crawl down the back of Craximus and hop on the floor and just lean against the back of a wall somewhere out of sight.
As you fire this firebolt, her face, Auril's face, turns into that of anger. For Skitter, you watch as the brow furrows, the mouth opens as the firebolt goes into the mouth and causes the head to explode outwards, and its shards begin to fall down. Skitter, I'm going to need an dexterity saving throw from you, please.
Sure.
It's fine, I can't see any of this. This wasn't my fault.
What a time to roll low. That's a 14.
Skits, no.
14. You are unfortunately going to take some fall damage.
Even if I'm slow falling?
Ignore that then. You would have taken 5 points of fall damage, but you just float to the floor as this body begins to crumble and fall apart. But instead of all of it falling, the core area where the heart was, almost looking like a teardrop, but the parts of the body left looking like a teardrop remains as Auril's final form. Even heavier metal music is revealed. I'm posting these in the chat for everybody just so you can see what they look like.
This is going to be my final form.
This is now my true final form. And is that everything on your turn, Archie?
Yeah, action to heal, bonus action to blow heads off, and movement to hide behind a wall.
Awesome. Right. So that puts us back to the top of the round at the top of round 5. And it is Skitter's turn. Skitter, you've got all of these shards around you. This giant form of what remains of Auril is right there, but it looks fully healed. You can see inside of it where the heart would be. There looks to be some sort of a strange shard that every now and then splits open into 4 pieces with a icy blue light in the middle, and then it shuts and begins spinning. This would be the first time that maybe Skitter has seen a god shard.
Ooh. Yeah, probably. Probably. Unless you think Valanamitra would have collected one for her horde. But she's
Probably.
generally quite whimsical rather than looking for power. So it would have been oh, that's shiny, I'll have it, rather than I need it sitch.
That's fair. But yeah, you can see that inside of Auril. What would you like to do on your turn?
Team, what do we think? Do we need to smash this crystal?
Destroy the Tesseract. God Shard.
What?
It's eat it!
Eat it? It's quite big.
Exclamation! No! Do not eat the god shot. Skitter's tongue is now stuck to the shot.
Just give it a little lick.
Yeah. No, Skitter.
No, I will. If I were to sniff the air around it, does it smell like if I licked it, my tongue would get stuck?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
I
that
won't do
cold. The storm. Oh, I should also say as well that the storm is currently out of control, and the eye of the storm part of it is beginning to close in as the storm is beginning to almost like begin to form a tornado around where Auril is.
Okay, we'll go in for more attacks then. I'm gonna punch a crystal.
Go for it. Punch the crystal.
So
Punch the
22 and a
crystal.
23 to hit.
22, 23 both hit.
Cool, and that's going to be 10, 24 fire damage. She's just trying to slice this crystal with her claws.
As you attack into her, even though this icy form is, as you begin to attack into her, you can feel that this icy form is more crystalline than ice, as it doesn't seem to do as much damage as it did in the previous form.
Interesting.
And while you're doing that as well, in your head, you've just got Archie going through the potential downsides of actually eating it.
Yeah, okay, Archie, that's fine. I'm not actually going to eat it.
It is very wide.
And as your attack hits, you watch as some cracks appear on this carapace, but also some tiny little cracks begin to appear on the god shard as well.
Okay. We're going to go in for a flurry of blow. I was just checking my draconic strike because I can choose. I can choose which one, which damage type it does, and I'm assuming that fire was the best, but I can't do like force or anything like that or thunder damage, so we'll stick with fire. Stick with what we know. That's a nat 20 for a 32 and a 5 for a 17.
Okay, they both hit. No, 17 misses, sorry. Her AC is higher now.
But she's a still crystal.
But you got to get through it.
That's true. Okay, fair enough.
Keywords
hit it.
crystal.
Yeah, you hit it, but don't do any damage to it.
Sure.
Dong.
But the nat 20 still applies, so that's gonna be 17 fire damage total.
Awesome. You still feel that this is not doing as much damage as what it did in the previous form.
Ow! That is my entire turn.
As you end your turn, this form is exuding this very cold aura, and you feel it begin to, the coldness around it and around you begin to intensify. As if it is using an intensify aura ability. But doesn't do anything at the moment. At the end of your turn,
Right, we've all got auras.
Yeah. It is Quaximus's turn.
Right. I lost concentration on my spell, so I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark again. That was my bonus action, and then I'm gonna start blasting.
Poor giant.
Yep. Had it coming. Cool. So yeah, first attack. Oh, sharpshooter. 16.
Hits.
Yes. These dice. That is 9 points of piercing. 5 points of thunder. 4 points of Hunter's Mark. and another extra 10 for the sharpshooter.
Oh, okay. It begins
27.
crumbling apart. The jaw falls off. One of the arms falls off. It's still holding on to the axe. Last legs.
Last legs. Well, we'll do it bloody well again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Sharpshooter
said
again.
sit down.
That's only a 10 the next time.
10 misses, unfortunately.
Yeah. And the third attack is 21.
21 hits. How do you want to kill it? There's no point rolling. It had 1 hit point.
Great.
But I want to roll.
You can roll if you like, yeah?
Roll.
Go on and roll.
Okay, if you will allow it as a very kind of whimsical, slightly way of doing it, Quaximus would approach the giant and say, "Thank you for your business. Here's my bill." Just shatter it.
Yeah, and it just...
Cool. That took all of my attacks. That took my bonus. I will start the slow trudging journey towards Auril, leveling my crossbows for next time.
Okay, awesome. So Auril is currently 80 feet away from you, so you'll move 25 feet. So you are within 55 feet of it. But it doesn't matter because you've got crossbows. You've got range. Morwania, it is your turn.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew. Okay, so giant crystal. Anything left on the?
It's the only thing left. Out of everything on this that was in this combat, that is the only thing left.
Okay, okie dokie, artichokes. So, I am going to start by doing quicken spell. So I will then do my action to dash. So then I can be within 30 feet of this thing. So, using 2 of my points, I am going to cast Witch Bolt on this big crystal.
Yep.
Because I started looking at other things, but it's like, you do psychic damage. And I was like, I do not know if this thing has a conscience. I have had experience with God Shards, but I'm just like, oh God. Okay. Does the Dirty 20 hit?
Dirty 20 will hit. AC is 19 now.
Oh, heckins. 30 points of... it's... Lightning damage, yeah.
Yep. It crackles all up it, causing like a lightning scar of cracks to go up it. Skitter, from where you are, you can see that God Shard begins to crack as well, and one part of it falls off and turns to dust, or turns into shards.
Does it look like the lightning has done more than fire?
No. It does look like Auril, or this form of Auril, is bloodied, or really cracked.
Mm-hmm. Fragile.
It's really quacked.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. It seems to be working.
Okie dokie.
Storm is also going crazy, but you can see there are holes beginning to form in it, and you can see rays of sunlight beginning to come through. Is that it on your turn, Mordwania?
That was bonus action. Still have the reaction.
Okay, awesome. So it is going to be... Oh, the skeleton's dead, so I need to take that off the initiative. That'd be a good idea.
No. Oh, Mr. Skelly Bones.
The Auril is going to...
I think it's a good idea that I'm stood right next to it.
No. Also, if this thing fully explodes, it's a big bang, big boom. God explosion. So,
in feet, how much is that?
In chat appears like almost like an MS Paint of like the entire citadel, and then like fire, and like
both feet in different directions.
Yeah.
Yes. Nothing happens on the... Well, in your heads, you just hear, "You could defeat me now if you really want to, but I will be back. Don't you worry about it." And
Why?
on her turn, you feel, Skitters, the cold begin to take you. She has a frigid aura, so as long as she has 1 or more hit points, any creature within 10 feet of her will take 10 points of cold damage at the start of her turn. However, because she intensified that, you'll take 20, which you'll half and half again to 5.
5.
and you watch as the storm pretty much now completely disappears as it's sucked into Auril's form, and then a blizzard begins forming around the pair of you and Auril. So it's a magical blizzard. It's got a 30-foot radius. For those of you who, even for Skitter, everything is heavily obscured. So she's going to have a massive AC boost to this. Now.
I'm in a snow globe.
Pretty much, yeah. That is her turn done. That makes it Archie's turn.
I have an idea. This isn't. It's not an inanimate object, right? But it's like a chair. It can't really like dodge out the way of things, can it?
It can, yes. It's still a creature.
Okay, it can. Okay.
This
Cool.
unit has a soul. Archie.
It's like an elemental.
Okay, well, Archie has never experienced anything like God Shards. All he sees is a big rock, and he's like, "Well, we need to break this rock quickly." So, forming above this, you see a large talon. I'm casting Bigby's hand, but I don't have a hand, so it's a claw instead. So I'm going to, and as part of that action, I'm going to attempt to grapple it, and then move 60 feet up into the air with it grappled.
Okay, so grappling. Let's do.
I'm like the machine, you know? Boop.
Yeah, grappling. Make me an attack roll with Bigby's hand. If you beat the AC,
it needs to make a dexterity saving throw or get grappled.
there you go. I always forget how grapple works. That is an 11.
Cool. That fails. My DC is currently 19.
So your hand reaches in, grabs hold
But
of.
I'm not going to crush because I don't know what happens when it explodes. And now I'm just thinking big bad because Maud is like MS painting in my brain.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to lift it 60 feet up into the air so the blizzard and cold isn't hurting Skitter anymore.
Yep.
And then I'm like, well, when you're ready, I can drop it so we can run if you want, but maybe do a bit more damage to it first.
Nope, you are holding on to it. You've lifted it up slightly, so the aura is just cusping the top of Skitter's head. At the end of your turn, we go to the top around 6.
When it doesn't look too bad, right? It looks good enough for me to be able to just bring another firebolt at it.
Yes, because you've
with
seen that
quickness.
any fire damage that has been done to it by Skitter isn't doing as much damage as in the previous form. So.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, get me now. What you gonna do now, Rock? Still with advantage because we're still within 10 turns, but that's 26. So
26 hits.
I'll roll again just in case it's a crit. It's not a crit. So 3d10 fire damage minus whatever you need to, so 14.
14, awesome. So there's no minuses to it, it's just doing normal damage.
Yeah. And it's 60 foot suspended in the air.
Awesome. Okay, so at the start of round 6, it's Skitter's turn.
So I'm going to move away as well, my full 30 feet and move
Oh, yeah, do that.
towards the entry.
Interesting. So what are you saying, that we should not be near it? We should run away?
Josh, can I make some sort of intelligence check now? Because
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to roll history. 21. I've seen God Shards. I've seen what happens if they go wrong.
An intelligence check that was, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
You've seen God Shards explode before for higher gods. Auril is considered a lesser deity, so her God Shard probably isn't strong enough to explode. Probably.
There is a possibility that it just violently explode, but she is a lesser deity. We might be okay. I will get out. I will make sure you get out of here at least. ... Others, you are behind me. There's things I can do, but yeah.
You want me to drop it? I can
I mean,
release
I
concentration
can't
at any
hit
point.
it where it is unless I go dragon mode again.
We just see you like. You do know that the aura will hit you again. You feeling energetic?
I'm okay at the moment.
Good.
You want me to drop it? I can release concentration and it will fall.
Yeah, it seems a bit of a waste of you picking up with your big hand. Sorry.
No, it was cool.
It looked shiny. I appreciated
Real
it.
cool. It's very cold.
As you let it go, this shard, because it's a small elemental, so it's about the size of a heart, a bit bigger than a heart, falls to the ground but doesn't quite hit it. It just hovers in place right in front of you.
Doesn't take full damage.
Doesn't take full damage because it has a hover. Its fly speed is a hover. And Blizzard is just still blowing around it, so it's still heavily obscured by other things.
I paid for knowledge with this spell slot worth.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll go in for more dragon strikes.
Go for the dragon strike.
Oh, that's
strike.
a 19 and a nat 1. So the 19 will hit.
It is currently heavily obscured. So unfortunately, no, the 19 does not hit.
Sorry, 19 on the dice plus my modifier of 12.
Oh, that hits then. Yes.
Yeah. So that one won't hit, and then I'm just going to assume I'm going to flurry of blows as well.
Yes. I mean, it's you doing it. So if you want to flurry of blows, you can.
Yeah. So that was 16 and an 18 on the dice. So 28 and a 30.
Yes, those hit. Even with being obscured, they still hit.
So that's 3 hits. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, just roll one of those. 13, 19 fire plus 21. So that's 40. No? 30? Wait. 19.
Yeah, 21 plus what you just said was 19 was 40?
40. Yeah. She just starts like scratching at it again.
The
Fiery
cracks,
scratches.
bits of this heart begin falling off, and this god shard is pretty much in tatters. You can just see the core of it is spinning around with some small bits of the actual shard piece that make it into a sort of diamond shape that circling around in the middle. This thing is on its last legs.
It's just like a little spinning top now.
If you want to risk blowing it up, it might be interesting. It'll certainly be an experience.
I can fly. It'll be fine.
Thumbs up.
Maximus, it is your turn.
Let's see what this thing can do then.
I still have the
I'm going to. Sorry?
I still have Revivify. It's fine.
I'm going to move my Hunter's Mark onto Auril.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna start blasting.
Go for it.
Just trying to decide, is it worth? Nah, I'll stick with the my main crossbow. So with the sharpshooter, shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. With sharpshooter, that was only a 9.
That misses.
I think I'm not going to do the sharpshooter the next time. 14.
14 misses.
That was 2 natural ones in a row, by the way.
Oof.
Last one without sharpshooter is a 25.
25. Hang on. Yes, that hits.
Great. So I will roll these. Hunter's Mark. Yeah, that. Right. So that is 8 points of piercing.
Yep.
2 points of thunder.
Yep.
5 points of Hunter's Mark.
How do you defeat Auril, as she has vulnerability to thunder damage? As you fire the first 2 bolts at her, they just get taken up in the blizzard and just sort of fly out in different directions. But doing that has caused an opening. What do you do?
I think Quaximus is literally just stalking towards. So each bolt is just being fired from closer and closer range. I think you said it was 55 feet, so it's literally kind of 20 foot, practically point blank at that point, and is just going to just take aim at the shard and say, "I think you should cool your heels."
Smash.
And just for because I didn't get to use it, I'm going to use my superiority die to make her fall prone.
You've had superiority die this entire time.
Only one.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting for someone to try and run away.
Yeah. As your bolt cracks in and the god shard and embeds itself into the god shard, you watch as it begins spinning and spinning, and the blizzard begins pulling itself in, and you can see everything spinning and wrapping around. And there's almost like this blinding flash of light, or there is this blinding flash of blue light, and then there's just a within 30 feet of it. Skitter, you take no damage, but you are thrown off of this platform and into the snow below, and there is nothing left there. As this explosion goes off, this light shoots up into the air, and all of the storm clouds just dissipate. You can see that it is nighttime, and there's almost like the northern light. Well, there is the northern lights are in the sky with beautiful stars and however many moons Toril has.
Pretty.
Many.
Is there a shard left there, or is it just dust? Everything dust now?
It's just dust now.
Can we eat it?
I mean, if you want to eat Celestial... No, Skitter's already got her mouth.
She does not. It's just me joking. She will go up and, just have a little look around, though.
No, just lots of snow, water. Yeah, nothing of interest around.
Oh, that's a bit...
You'd think there'd be something.
If you said that it was a god shard, no shards.
Yeah, but you kind of punched it and then quacks on the spine.
That is the technical term for what just happened. I assume since she's a lesser deity, she's just returned to wherever they go.
Are we going to get in trouble for that? I mean...
Sorry that we killed you.
My bad.
You were very cross, though.
Yeah, you fought well. Kind of.
It was making people sad. Can I...
Come back. Be nicer. Nicer.
Nice.
Don't do puns.
Yeah.
Close. Work on it. Can I poke my head inside the citadel? Can I see what's in there? What can we see?
It's a large labyrinth, is what it is, of ruined walls and rooms, and it would take a long time to explore this place. But your initial mission is actually completed.
Huh. I wonder if Pater had been turned into one of those things, whether there'd be anything left, whether they stay.
I don't think Pater was here. She seemed like a very mean person, and I think she was just trying to get to you.
You'll have to find someone who knows Scry and see if they can talk to your sister.
I
can have a quick fly around if you'd like. Actually, Lance...
Hello!
You want to go for a fly inside the citadel?
Yes!
Have a look for a tabaxi?
He's already got...
For the interest of time...
Yeah.
No, 10 more hours.
If you would like to explore the citadel, there is nothing inside of it other than loot. So I would have you roll perception or investigation checks.
Gifts.
I am skilled in neither.
Skilled in both.
16 on perception. Although my passive is 19.
Wait, I can finally use my Favour of the Gods that are 2d4. I need it.
That is a 16 for me as well, but my passive is 18.
And that's a 14 for Archie.
10 for investigation. I think I know what a raven's interested in.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull that all together as a group roll for what you find here. You don't find any living people, but you do find a lot of corpses, all heavily disfigured with frostbite. Looking at them, you can see that these bodies were what were being turned into the cold light things that you saw before. Auril's army, as it were. You find what would be considered Auril's throne room. You can see there's a throne where she would have sat and all of that sort of stuff. In terms of other things, for Skitter, you do actually find a little side room that you go into, and you can see lots of different papers all over the place. And something that attracts your attention is that some of these papers mention the aura of the Wanderer, and even a thing to amplify whatever it is that it does. But that's all you find.
That doesn't seem like a thing that people should have.
Probably not.
I can have it.
No.
also no.
I will collect those papers to give to Valana Mitra next time I meet up with her.
That's probably a better idea.
In terms of loot, you are each able to find 200 gold pieces for each of you. In terms of magic items, there's not much in here. There is a what's it called? There is one of each of the books: Book of Wisdom, the one that does wisdom, one that does intelligence, one that does charisma. There's one of those each. Auril was an avid reader, apparently. And you also find something quite close to her bedchamber, not her bedchamber, her throne, which look like small tears. These are called Tears of Auril. These are a very... spending some time, you would have spent probably, a couple of days in here exploring and stuff, maybe? With doing detect magic and other investigative things that you could potentially do. These are a little magical drop that you can ingest, and you can basically infuse yourself with icicle powers. You get a free use of Cone of Cold or Resistance to Cold. You get a free use of Cone of Cold, and you get cold resistance.
Those you can eat.
But yes.
Looks like our work here is done.
We did what we can. Exhibition, well done. No one died. Well, lots of people died, but not us.
No, well done. That was really, Archie, you were really, really, thank you.
Yeah,
You saved us.
No, you're punching.
It's more scratching.
A bit of both. And did you see how epic? Although you did miss almost every single shot of Quacksmith, but it still looked amazing.
Hey, Cracksmith's got the
Because I'm
final
not
kill.
the duck that the Citadel needs. I'm the duck the Citadel deserves.
Do you still have vengeance in your head?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought that might have sated it slightly, killing a god and all.
It doesn't. Killing gods does not fill the holes in your heart, unfortunately. But
It's my first one, but I still feel pretty good about it.
you should. Ride the joy.
And I think with that, you spend the days, weeks, months, as it were, traveling back down. It's a long journey.
Yeah.
Centuries.
Traveling back down towards Neverwinter. As you enter back into the city, you head towards the Sleeping Dragon. I believe that's what the inn is called. And inside of it, you spot your handler who had given you the quest before, a human with red hair, freckles, somebody called Melnor, who had given you the quests, who had given you this mission, and they take in your report and they go, okay, right, well, thank you very much for completing that mission for you. I will have to report that to the king, and then we'll see and we'll go from there. Thank you very much.
Does that sound weird to us?
Roll me a history check.
Actually, I'm not going to, because I wouldn't know the politics of this place so well.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to roll me a history check, you can.
Archie has no clue where he is, let alone politics of the land.
I don't know if Skitter would have headed back with everyone. If she had to, if she had to for the mission to be properly completed, then she would. But if it was like, great, we've done the mission, you lot can take the evidence back, she might have stayed, like, made a new base in 10 towns and kept exploring from there.
Yeah, you could do that if that's what you want to do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The reward that you would have gotten for the mission will be sent to you eventually. Once somebody is traveling up that way, they'll bring it up to you. You can do that. So for Archie or Quaximus, if you would like to roll a history check, you can.
6.
I wouldn't know.
No. Yeah. As far as you aware, there's always been a king of Neverwinter.
Cool.
And on that note,
Yeah.
we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We have been Roll Together RPG. If you like what you've seen, we stream on D&D on Mondays and Tuesdays from 6 p.m. UK time, or you can join us on Wednesdays for live shows or non-D&D content, again from 6 p.m. UK time. Massive thank you to our sponsors, supporters, and a massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one goat, which must be sent to Tom for no die park reasons. We are all over socials as Roll Together RPG. I don't know if I said that already, but I'm going to say it again anyway. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please do consider leaving us a like, a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and commenting down below, because it helps the algorithm tell us what you like, so we know what to make more of. Thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you next time, right after this end credits scene. A few months have passed since the defeat of Auril in her palace. In that time, snow and dust have been forming on her throne, and we watch as the audience as a god shard begins to reform. And as it does, a pawed hand grabs the shard. We see a hooded figure with necrotic green eyes turn and look at the camera, and then that's where we disappear. Now, goodbye. Well, the necrotic green eyes looks at the shard and goes, "Oh, you missed it, sister. I have it now." And that is where we will end the session. Goodbye.